4, 3, 2, 1, hello, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my sexy friend Chris.
Good evening.
My stretchy friend Justin. My Batman friend Michael.
My parents are dead.
And we are here with The Strange, Game 1, Part 6. We are so very excited to be here with you, our friends, on this lovely Wednesday night. I say lovely. It is snowing outside in Canada, where we are. It's always snowing in Canada. Even in May, it's snowing. So it's not the nicest of nights, but it is such a pleasure to be here with you guys, and we are excited. So this is The Strange, Game 1, Part 6. This might be an 18-plus show, and if you are...
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! If you're new to the stream, it's an 18-plus show. If you're not new, then you don't need to. Then you already know. We like saying words that make us feel like bigger men. So you'll hear a lot of words that might be questionable to youthful ears. So use your own judgment. I'm not your mom or your dad. I mean, I could be. I don't know who's out there watching. I could be your father. We'll talk later. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and give it a thumbs up or a like, whatever the fuck YouTube calls it, because it makes us feel really important and it gives this kind of overwhelming sense of accomplishment, and that's really what all life is about, just this non-stop fake feeling of accomplishment. It makes us feel really good. So do that on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. We have a bunch of friends on Twitter who are following us and tweeting. A quick shout out to Keelan Croak, who does a fantastic job of tweeting us and retweeting and hyping up people on Twitter. So well done, Keelan. We appreciate that. And anyone else who likes to use Twitter, come on down to the Twitter store and spend some time with us, because we like hanging out there too. Yeah, where's this? Tweet. Pro.
Oh, he's doing Duck Hunt.
Oh, Duck Hunt.
I don't know what he's doing.
Duck Hunt. So yeah, follow us on Twitter. Most importantly, join our Facebook group and like our Facebook page. If you have a Facebook account, which you do, don't try lying. I know you do. I've seen you. I can see you liking my posts. Go ahead and like us on Facebook and join the Facebook group, because that's where all the cool people hang out, and that's where you can collect experience points. That's where you can have conversations with people about experience points and the game. More importantly, the game, as well as what's going on during the week. I'm now trying to post the XP post, and for some reason it is not working, so I'll just have to do it again. But yeah, join the Facebook group, because that is where everyone has the conversations and things like that that keep us busy during the week. I always like going on there and seeing what's going on. It's always a pleasure to hear what kind of conversations. What was your favorite conversation that happened this week, Justin?
Well, I really like the eye conversation.
Oh, that's right.
And what else did I like? Here, let's scroll through. Jason Brazy made that box. Just a shout out for him for doing the dice box. That's
yes, that was huge.
Very cool. Really good. Today there was a great discussion about the one and the only he who shall be named, Kevin Costner. Just a fantastic human being.
The almighty Kevin Costner. Thou who Costners for the above, Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
And they've been in a lot of movies together. One I can think of. That constitutes a lot.
That's more than none.
That's more than none. Therefore, it is a lot of it. But no, that's right. So the Facebook group is the place where you can all get together and talk about that stuff. The other cool thing is the most valuable post is something we award every week to the most deserving, most interesting post that that sparked a bit of conversation, that had a little bit of friendly interaction and brought the community out together. And without further ado, I would like to announce the winner. Now, I do want to say it was a tough one this week. Justin mentioned a few that were really interesting and really cool. But one of the reasons we picked this one is that it wasn't just a gaming question or a comment. Now, we are, of course, a gaming group. We love gaming. But it's not all we're about. It's not all that you guys are about. We're all, we're all humans. We are of the same earth. Together, we are equals. So sometimes it's fun to break out of that mold and just hang out. So this week, we are awarding Most Valuable Post to Kevin Costner. He earned it. I mean, the guy is just a gem Okay, just fantastic. I cannot stress enough how much I like Kevin Costner.
He didn't even post anything, and that's how good his post was.
That's how good he is. He didn't even have to. It's just him. No, I'm kidding. Keelan Croak for the iPost. It was your post again because people were commenting that don't normally comment. People were engaged and interested, and I saw everyone's face or half face, at least this much of people's face.
I'm not gonna lie, I was actually really wanting to do that. I went to take the picture of my eye, and then you know when you're up close and looking at your eye and you see that eye gunk? I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the room and I'll wash it off. And I did that, and I came back and my eye was super red, and so then I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm too I was too self-conscious about my eye.
Oh, that's so cute. You can send it anytime, Chris. Anytime you decide to start a new post, you do it. Don't ever feel self-conscious about eye.
I looked like okay.
That is too funny. But no, that was the post. So well done, guys. And again, keep doing that. It's so great. There again, so many great conversations this week.
I can't believe that Sarah Tuesdays didn't win.
I know that was a close second. You know the.
I just love how the community has decided he actually had T-Rex arms the entire time.
Yeah, even though it wasn't really that at
Not
all.
technically, but it's awesome.
It's because we kept jabbing him about it, and then it ultimately just became true. You know, it's one of those types of things. If you wish it, it comes true.
Actually, I'm sorry. I wanted to just say one more thing, and because I know we got a lot to get through. But
No.
I also really appreciate.
Gym intrusion.
Yeah. I like the post that the people have been putting on showing where they play, like showing their gaming cabinets or showing their gaming stores, and I've been enjoying that and seeing a little bit about your world.
Yeah, that's really cool. And on that note, anything, whether it be your workstation, your computer setup, where you game, as Michael was saying, it's always neat to see a little bit. I mean, you guys obviously see where we're at. You see Data and Beetlejuice and X-Files and all this kind of jazz behind me. Chris, we know that he likes wood.
And I have some books.
And books. Did you specifically choose those books?
Yeah, I've actually no.
Is it like the
it's
books
like half
how to
my
be...
wife's book, so no.
But you get to see, and then Mike. Let's see what we got. We got Star Wars behind you, Justin, and we got your little cool to be black pool ball.
Yeah, that's a racist poster I got from my dad.
That's my favorite.
Racist.
Soul food. That's what it
kind
says.
of,
Soul food.
It says soul food, and there's a black egg wearing headphones surrounded by white eggs that look interested somehow.
They look jealous.
I always thought that the white eggs were looking down on him for some reason.
No.
Really, art is about perception. What does it mean to you?
You enforce your own
that's true.
values on what it's like an int block test. And Michael, your background changes quite often. We had maps behind you at one point, miniatures, and now it looks like we're looking at I don't know what that is.
I don't know,
your
what do I
sword.
want?
There's swords in the background.
Yeah,
I
your
got my
swords.
swords, I got some DVDs, some books.
A calligraphy
calligraphy set.
That's nice.
Indiana
Actually,
Jones.
one of the things I really like is I got from I got the from Chris's wedding there.
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh
sweet.
yeah.
I got this like bamboo tea box,
Mmm.
but I use it for dice.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Like a true gamer. Only a true gamer would take something for one purpose and reutilize it for a different purpose that's to do with gaming. That's what I do with pretty much everything I have. Fake books, put dice in them. But that's very cool. So that's a little bit of us. And now you guys, on a weekly basis, show us what you got. Anyone who watches Rick and Morty will know that. Show me what you got. This is a great episode and a great show, by the way. For anyone who has not seen Rick and Morty, check it out. It's very funny. But anyway, yeah, so show us what you got. We'd love to see that. So a great little off-topic conversation, Mike, but I think it is a really important thing to say because, again, we like to see that. So without further ado, we're going to jump now to the Cypher poll, which means, again, every week... Oh, this is perfect, too. Most weeks we just do a regular creative. We're going to have a theme week this week, meaning that when you submit your ciphers tomorrow morning on the post, it has to be within the theme. 2 weeks ago, we had a zombie island weapon theme. The theme of this week is obviously Kevin Costner. So I want you all to think of you know what? Explain it any way you want. I don't even care. Whether it be Kevin Costner like testicles or something Kevin Costner would use in a movie or Doesn't matter because Kevin Costner is all around us and all-encompassing. So do whatever you would like in that capacity, so long as it is a Kevin Costner theme, and that's going to be this week. And I think that's pretty fair. Why? I have no idea. Because I like Kevin Costner. So here we go. I'm going to refresh right now. We are going to read the winners of this week's Cipher Creation poll. I guess it would help if I clicked on the results tab. And we have a tie for first place. So let's do this. We got 1, 2, 3 to 4. We are going to roll it right now. 1 to 2, John Bew. If that's how you say it, I'm so sorry. You have won first place with the Lost Nose of Bozo. This was a really cool one. It's like a clown nose that you put on, and when you squeeze it, I think people laugh uncontrollably or something. Again, all of the write-ups are on the sidebar of the Facebook page under the XP sheet. You can click on that and click on the tab at the bottom, and you can see what all the descriptions are for past weeks and this one. So well done, John. You are our first place winner. That means second place goes to Dave Nichols for the Rick Rollin'. This one again, I can't remember the object, but it was essentially a Rick roll of sorts, where it came out that it was a big goof. Also very funny.
Yeah. It does. It plays a Rick roll, and then they get so distracted by it, the enemy is so distracted by it that they fall on the ground and they lose a turn.
Yeah, what was the tool, though? Was it a gun or something?
I think it's a dagger. I think it was a dagger?
Okay, I was trying to remember. I remember it was Rick Roll, which was funny, but I couldn't remember what the actual object that used it was. So Rick Rollin', small dagger. You're right, yeah, perfect. So well done, Dave. Second place to you. And third place is also going to be a tie between 3 people, Jose, Jason, and Hans. We are going to roll again to find out how this works. We'll roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this time. Here we go. Oh, let's clear that first. 1, 2. Jose Ramirez Ruiz. Yay! For the squirrel, which was one that I guess was inspired by Up a little bit. I think it's Up, right? Where the dog was like, squirrel. Was that Up?
Yep.
I thought so.
That is correct.
Definitely. Yeah.
So and basically it's sort of a distracting cipher. Very funny. All of them this week again were fantastic. You guys blow us away every week. Give yourself a huge round of applause. We should, Chris. And so John, Dave, Jose, in that order, first, second, and third place. Well done, guys. Again, we love hearing your ideas and stuff like this. At the end of it, all these cipher ideas are going to be still in that XP sheet, accessible, so you can view them, use them for your own game, however you want. Maybe use them differently how these guys are going to use them. But they're going to be accessible to you guys. So well done. And this week is, of course, the Kevin Costner theme week. So make sure you do your best Kevin Costner themed cipher. Off the top of my head, I got a couple good ideas. I'm thinking the Costnerator, which basically turns anyone that you touch into Kevin Costner for like a round. In a specific role, maybe his terrible accent from Robin Hood, where he's not really British, but he kind of leaks it in every once in a while. I swear on my brother's life! Clearly no one knows Kevin Costner as much as I do. Maybe a Mr. Brooks, where they switch to an evil version of themselves every once in a while. That's the Jekyll version. Anyway, so well done, guys. Give yourself a round of applause. Everyone who entered the cipher gets 1 XP. First, second, third place get 4, 3, and 2, respectively. And that is all from me. Do you guys have anything to add before we jump into the strange?
I'm ready to play.
Mike's still muted, and he's ready though. I think he's ready. I'm ready.
Mike's born ready, man. Look at this guy.
I've missed you.
Who? All of us?
All of you. Everyone. I missed you.
Oh, I missed you too.
And Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm just throwing that out.
Oh, it is. And how could we have forgotten? Today's Ash Wednesday, guys. I know. Such an important day. Did everyone have pancakes yesterday for no reason? Because I did.
I did too. Wait, yes, I did.
Perchance to dream of pancakes. Ash Wednesday, everyone. Don't you forget. Tonight, go home. You watch Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2. Army of Darkness, then the TV show Ash vs. Evil Dead, then maybe you can watch the remake of Evil Dead if you're really bored. That's the viewing order. The hell was that sound?
You hit a gong, too.
Oh, okay. So it is Ash Wednesday, and of course Valentine's Day is coming up. And it is important to tell people that you love them. Michael, I love you.
Thank you, sir. I love you too.
Chris, I love you.
Justin, I love you. Let's stay away from them.
I love you, Chris.
Uh-oh.
I love you, Harlan.
Uh-oh. This is getting difficult. What do I do? What do I do?
And
What do you mean? 'Cause
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I love you too.
I love you, Justin.
I love you, Mike.
I love all of you. I love you, Kevin Costner. Kevin
And we love
Costner
you, the
loves you.
community. So have a massive Valentine's Day. Do something, with the person you love or with other people. Whatever you got to do to make sure that you are.
Roll some dice.
There's
Roll
other
some
people-
dice.
That's right. Do something with yourself if that's who you love.
Yeah.
Roll some dice.
Pamela Henderson, roll some dice at home. Whatever you got to do. It's going to be a fun night, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go into the strange. Justin, our theme song, please.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, strange things are happening to me. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, strange things. Strange things are happening to me. Randy Newman.
Dex, Sly, and Liam stood in the graveyard as little rotten bits of zombie lay scattered around them on the soft white grass between the gravestones. Their bodies were bloody and broken from the small fray they had just managed to survive. It solidified the reality of the recursion they were in. Though the seemingly endless battle that they had just finished did give them a sense of accomplishment, it was completely unwarranted. I mean, had they really done that much? No. I mean, they were just zombies. So however they did stand there, the false sense of triumph quickly fading, they heard a small cooing from behind a gravestone, off to the right. The man, who revealed himself to be Dr. Frankenstein, stood up in the pale moonlight, and once again a sense of wonder and excitement coursed through their veins. Next to him, in the grave, was another odd chap, who looked to be digging. In the silence of the night, the doctor's voice cut through like a metaphorical knife cuts the cheese. An appropriate parallel, as they could swear that they heard the digger farting with each thrust of his spade. Yes, the digger was definitely farting. Perhaps these two were the ticket to finding cracks. Perhaps the doctor was the one to save them from this dreadful place. Maybe, just maybe, Frankenstein was the famed scientist, and perhaps if they were lucky, he would teach them the well-sought-after MASH, made famous by his monster. And so, with vigor in their hearts, they felt bigger in these parts than a trigger pulling darts or a digger making farts. Onward and upward, said the narrator, and so it was, and so it shall be, and came to pass forever and ever. Almonds. Chapter 6, Mind Your Own Business.
Okay. Hello. You said your name is Dr. Frankenstein. My name is Dex. And this is my friend Sly and Liam. And yeah, what are you doing out here, sir, doctor, sir?
I saw what you did there. Very good, very good. I am impressed. You dealt away with those zombies like they were nothing. Well, I mean, it took you forever to do it, but I was still impressed nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get superpowers, and you're good with a bow, and you can pretty much do anything you want, really.
So, superpowers?
Oh yeah, I'm just really smart. Personally, I say it's a superpower. It's debatable. Other people have debated it with me, but I mean,
interesting. It seems you and I might suffer the same superpower, if I do say so myself.
Well, you're a doctor. Hey, I'm a doctor. We're both doctors. I just realized that.
Are we? Are you a doctor as well?
I am a doctor. I mean, like, not in title, but, you know, in practice. I mean, not really in practice, but more in personality, I think.
Oh, I understand that completely. Some would say I'm a doctor in practice first rather than personality, but I wouldn't necessarily go with that. That's a lovely hat, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I mean, am I wearing a hat?
I love your shoes. I love your shoes, sir.
I didn't even realize I was wearing these old things.
No, not you. Your friend here. What's your name, sir? And he points to you, Liam.
My name is Liam Walker, Doctor.
Oh, very nice. And you?
My name's Sly Fitzgerald.
You men look quite beaten up a little bit, if I do say so. Would you care to step inside my abode? Maybe sit down, rest a little bit.
You have an abode in Dracula's castle?
Dracula? No. This is the shared graveyard. My abode is there. And as he points, you see another very similar, almost identical looking castle on the other side of what looks to be sort of a landlocked area between the graveyard. So there's sort of a single path going up to his and a single path going up to Dracula's.
So it's kind of like a semi-detached?
Semi-detached. Probably connected underground.
Okay.
Do you have insurance on that
Can we
thing?
do a quick look around to see if there's any other castles we missed on our tour?
There could be a third one off to the side.
Is there a swamp nearby?
That's true. And the pyramid.
Yeah, that's right.
That will probably have like an eviction notice on it.
That's right. They didn't have insurance. We had to evict them. I said invictum.
Invictus.
To invict. So I turn to Sly and Liam and I say, well, not to be rude, Doctor, but let me just have a quick word with these fellas, if you don't mind.
He says, no, of course. I have something to attend to in the meantime as well. Fritz, quickly. Go about your business. And he sort of turns around and he actually opens his lab coat and he kind of holds it like this as you see someone leaving a grave and kind of walking up and looks like they're carrying something and he's like very awkwardly trying to hide it from you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure that will make itself apparent later. We just got rid of Dracula's problem, Sly.
Yeah.
What's our game plan, I guess, going forward?
Well, prior to meeting this fella and his farting friend over there, I was under the impression we were going to go back in to talk to Dracula and hopefully get connected with Cracks and be on our way.
Right.
But I'm not sure I trust Dracula really 100%. I'm not sure we were really under any time constraints, so maybe the best thing to do was to find out what our best option is by knowing all the options.
So you're saying we should get to know this Frankenfurter and...
I think his name was Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
I'm pretty sure he's Frankenstein. Well, Frankenstein, yeah.
My mistake. I'm mixing references. If we should get to know him, is what you're saying, and then find out whether or not he's trustworthy, and then, you know what, he's probably going to want us to go on a quest, too.
Dex, I don't mean that we need to get to know him like that well, not in the biblical sense, at least. We really just need to find out if he knows anything about Cracks, and if not, he's wasting our time.
Do you mean sex?
Who? The biblical sense, yes. Well, you know, I've seen the way you were eyeing him and commenting on, he was commenting on your hat, and he was talking about how he's a doctor and you're a doctor, and you seem to really be connected there.
Yeah, fair point. What do you think, Liam? Should we go back and talk to Dracula, or should we find out all the information about this Frankenfurter fellow?
And Liam, sorry not to interrupt, but every once in a while, through traveling recursions, you can develop a sort of illness called recursion sickness. And you feel Liam is actually starting to come down with a little bit. His chest feels a bit heavy. He feels very colorful. in a black and white world, but you have a little bit of a cold. Just so
He looks a little flush.
a little flush. Yeah. There you go.
That doesn't sound good, Liam.
No,
It's not from the zombies, is it?
not that I'm aware of, but I don't know for sure. My point is this: I don't remember exactly the deal we made with Dracula. I feel like all he wanted us to do was get rid of his zombies, and he'd be okay with that. I don't remember us needing to go back there, but perhaps I'm wrong on that. The only reason we were going back was because then we would get the information on cracks.
That's right.
That's right.
So I don't think he's in a rush for us to go back. He
But
just
we're
said,
co-
if
yeah.
we don't do it, then we're going to have issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, so at least Dracula won't be coming after us, but gentlemen, I'm in a little bit of a rush. I have a wife back home who's about to have a baby, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Let's. Okay. What do you say? It's your call.
I say,
Sly.
let's just ask Frankenstein if he knows about cracks outright. Just ask him. And if he knows nothing about it, say we need to finish this business first, and then we would love to meet him in his castle abode to discuss further arrangements. Perhaps he can help us in other ways.
That sounds like the most direct route. I am on board. Let's do this.
So as you kind of nod amongst yourselves, Frankenstein is lifting something onto a cart with the person he called Fritz, who's sort of a short, stumpier-looking fellow with a hunchback of sorts. And but you don't judge people on that. You just glance and you keep moving because it would be rude to stare. Unless you want an intrusion that makes you stare.
I'd probably stare.
So he goes through and he comes towards you, wiping his hand on his coat, leaving a little bit of this darkened, sort of stainy, smelling blood stuff. And he says, "Yes, gentlemen, would you care to help me back to the castle?"
Oh, actually, you know what? Yes, we will join you back at your castle, where we may talk and perhaps have. Is that coffee that I smell on your breath?
No, but I'm sure I could suss up this coffee you speak of.
Oh, okay. That must be my breath. Let's go. I say we go.
Is that my breath I smell on your breath?
Were we making out?
Why are we talking so close?
You are really close.
Wow. Well,
It's like
Doctor, yeah, lead the way. Let's go. And this wasn't really part of the plan, but I thumbs up to the other guys, and I go.
I was gonna say, isn't this exactly opposite?
The opposite of what we discussed.
Okay, and I whisper to Sly. I say, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty beat. And if I had to choose between resting at Dr. Frankenstein's place and resting at the vampire's place, I'm gonna go with the doctor.
Fair enough, because what I know about Frankenstein is he really just takes dead body parts, and Dracula turns people into dead body parts. So you're probably right.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, that's factual.
Okay, good. All right. Good. Yes, I agree. I
As
don't
we're-
think that Frankenstein's going to turn us into dead body parts.
I walk up to
And he's
Frankenstein.
standing in front of you listening to this.
I don't think you will. I think you're a great guy. This is a compliment, Doctor. Doctor?
Yes. Hi.
Doctor?
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 Very nice. Well, if you care to accompany back to my house, I'm sure I can figure out what this fee is, but I don't quite want to pay anything, so... if it is-
Oh, let me tell you about it. I'll tell you about it on the way. It's fantastic.
Listen, why don't you guys go ahead? I'll catch up. There are a few things I want to look at around here. Let's see if we missed anything.
Of course. And he points to the skyline. He says, well, okay, so that's Dracula's castle. And if you look right over here, see the only other castle? That one's mine. Don't go to that one, because that's Dracula's. But go to that.
Behind that castle?
No, that castle, not the other one, but this one instead. Okay? So if you look at this one, think not that one and this one. But don't look at this one and say not that one, because it'll bring you to the other castle. Right? Let's go. So he turns and starts walking next to you, Dex, and he kind of interesting leans over and says, hey, help me with this fee. And and Sly, as the wagon starts moving, you kind of trail up, and a short little stumpy man who he called Fritz, comes up next to you, and he sticks a little hand up to you. A little
reached in and
dirty hand.
Sly Fitzgerald, nice to meet you.
Fritz, not Fitch, nice to meet you too.
Fritz, you need a hand with that cart at all?
No, the horses do most of the work.
Oh, there's horses. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, there's a horse at the front, and Dex and Dr. Frankenstein are kind of walking to the front of the cart, and you and Fitz are kind of taking up the reels.
Not that I really need to know, but I kind of trail back a little bit. I just peek underneath into the cart. Is it just body parts in there?
Yeah, so it looks like there's like a human hand, very rotted though.
All right.
And Fitz kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, you don't want to see what's in there."
Yeah, I imagine I know.
And then as you're walking, he says, "Do you like kittens?"
I love kittens, actually. I got 2 of my own back home.
Oh, me too. They're delicious. And Dex, as you're walking next to Dr. Frankenstein, he's interested in what you have to say about coffee, and he's kind of intently listening. But also you can see him kind of looking over your face and kind of sussing out you as a person. You can see he's quite clever behind his eyes.
Okay, well, doctor, imagine the most awake you've ever felt in your life. The most awake.
Yeah.
Just get that feeling. Well, imagine that multiplied by like 20 times.
Oh, yes. I quite like this.
Well, that's speed. Coffee's like 3 times less than that.
Ah, I've had speed.
Exactly. Thank you, Sly.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you know what speed is?
Speed fiend, as they call me.
Yes. Well, imagine speed that you can drink in a cup.
Oh,
or a mug.
Sounds interesting.
It's like in a teacup. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pleasant.
We should definitely have some speed when we go back to my castle. I have plenty of it.
This is turning into a great adventure. Hey, what do you say, Sly?
Let's get fucked up. So, sorry, going back to you, Sly. He says he likes to eat kittens.
Well, that's pretty horrible. Really. Fritz, was it?
Fitz, yeah, Fitz.
Yeah. Has Frankenstein had any visitors to the castle as of late?
Oh, visitors? No,
visitors.
Not really.
No one unusual come to the castle.
No one weird looking. Only you.
I'm weird looking.
Just a bit.
Fritz, I tell you what, if someone does.
Flat.
Oh yeah, that's something I was born with, a flat back.
Yeah, that's weird.
Inbred,
I suppose.
Does he have any weapons on him?
Doesn't look like it.
And my impressions of Frankenstein, did he look like he had the spark about him?
I
know I haven't had as much interaction as X would, so I might not.
Yeah, I would say you can roll for it. It'll be tough at this point because you haven't spoken to him too much. I'll put it this way.
I think I'll wait till Dex comes back and maybe ask him what his impressions are.
Okay.
Yeah. Does he have a weapon on him, Fritz, at all?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Seems just like a friendly weirdo.
Yeah. You don't get a malicious sense of him. Although you do know that, like, if he was backed into a corner, he'd bash someone's brains out if he had to.
Fair enough.
So, Liam, you're back at the graveyard.
Yes, sir. And yeah, I just wanted to take a quick look over the bodies, see if there's again anything we missed, because it seemed like we didn't know why the zombies were arising, and also take a look for any ciphers that we missed along the way.
Yes, perfect. So yeah, you do. You find 3 ciphers. You find an ethnicity converter sphere, which now, again, typically ciphers are meant to be rolled for and all that kind of stuff, but since the community created them and they know what they do, I'm just going to let you know that you know what it does. So it's a small marble that you throw. It's level... Oh, it doesn't matter. When thrown into a small area the size of a bus, it converts the effect party into any of these things, and you roll a 1d4 to decide. One is a caver, Scots tossing a caver, one is cowboy, one is a mariachi band, and one are angry businessmen. So you can throw it and kind of change what they are. See how racist that gets. The other one.
Yeah, I guess ethnicity converter wasn't a indication enough.
That's okay. The supervisor name tag. You find a little name tag with that says "the man" written on it in gold cursive lettering, and when worn, the target looking at the wearer will assume that they are their supervisor, and they'll perform any duty that they're told to. If the affected targets leave the immediate area lose direct contact with the person using the name tag, the effects will disappear, and the person affected cannot be affected again. And it does not have an infinite use, but I will say it can only be used 3 times, depending on the caliber of use. If you use it really well, as much as it sounds like a punishment, if you use it perfectly, it'll be a one-time use. But I don't, like, if it's kind of a, if you put it on and go to a bar and say, give me an extra drink or something like that.
Yeah, if you use it more like a shift leader versus a supervisor.
That's a perfect way of putting it, exactly. And you find one last thing. A small, sludgy liquid in a little glass bottle, the essence of a drinking song. This condensed liquid smells like pure ethanol, but when drank, nothing happens immediately. However, when the drinker belches, everyone but the drinker within earshot, including the narrator, immediately becomes completely, totally, and obnoxiously drunk. And the effect lasts for as long as being drunk lasts, unless an affected person stands on one foot while saying their ABCs backwards without an error. Needless to say, all targets suffer the world's worst hangover the next day. It is also impossible to cause someone to die of alcohol poisoning by using this item. Those are the three that you find. 2 of them are on the massive tank. One of them you almost missed, but it was tucked in one of the
in the folds of his
fat or muscle, I should say, between his massive pecs. So that's what you find, and you take a look around, and I mean you find none of them had weapons. The thriller zombie had a really nice leather jacket. If you want to keep that, it's a bit split, but it's still pretty good.
All red and black and.
So, well, no, it's just black and white.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
It could be red. You don't know.
That is true. Yeah. So again, I don't know how many of these guys. I know we can normally only carry 2, but I'm going to be giving them away. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say you can carry 3 for a temp. You cannot use any of them until you are back down to your capacity.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think of it like
quickly grab them and then.
Yeah, you're over encumbered right now, so you basically go slower. Yeah. Which is not the way to do it, but
work my way back to them.
Perfect. Okay, so you guys are walking still with the cart. Dex and Doctor are at the front, engaging in conversation, and Sly and Fritz are at the back.
Fritz, do you ever come across any... I know you're digging up dead bodies. Let's not beat around the bush here. Do you ever
No, that's not right. Would you read after him? That's not true. What? And he kind of starts scurrying up ahead, and he tugs on the Doctor's jacket in front. Doctor? And from your point of view, Dex, the Doctor's interested, and he hears the tugging. He says, "What, Fritz? What?" And the cart kind of comes to a stop. He says, No, that's not true. We're not doing anything like that. Where did you get such an idea like this? This is terrible.
What? Would you tell them that they're carrying dead bodies?
I did tell him that, Dex. Yeah.
What? No.
Oh, yeah.
No. You got. I'm afraid you got the wrong idea.
Really?
Frankenstein.
No, it's not. It's not. It's body parts. Auto. I'm an auto repairman, and this is what I do. I'm building a car. So sometimes I need to get, them for my monster truck. My monster truck. I need them for my auto for my monster truck, so that I can build him, and I need the parts to build that auto truck in my castle. Monster.
Frankie. We established that I could call you Frankie, right?
Well, it's Victor, but sure, you can go by my last name for some reason.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I like it, but it's cool.
No. You have the wrong idea. I'm just saying,
No. Hey.
I just want to get inside so that they don't rot. Rust. I don't want the parts to rust, because when I'm building my monster truck, I want to make sure that the truck is not rusted. And if they stay outside for too long, then they will get rusted.
Okay.
The truck.
You're right. We don't know a thing.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Well, you scared me for a second. You thought I was some sort of crazy person. Crazy person. Me?
My question is, what are you doing with all of them?
Sorry.
We just established that. Never mind.
It's just a building a monster truck.
Right. Well, if you could show me the monster truck, I would love to see it. It sounds fascinating.
Well, it's just a flatbed, really. I need more pieces, more parts.
An intelligence check. While he's mumbling and fumbling, I'm going to do an intelligence check.
Sure.
And just try to convince them that, hey, man, it's all right.
Okay.
We don't think
there's also just a sheet on top of the body parts, like in the back.
Yeah.
So it might be
I
a
was going
monster
to
truck.
lift one of the hands up. I was like, is this for your car?
And for a second before you do this, he kind of feels confident, and then he bluffed you, and he turns to Fritz like,
"We did it.
We got him." All
right.
And
so
kind of just reveal the thing, and simultaneously with the inclusion of the back, you do kind of look at him like you trust him, and he kind of says, "Oh, look, you've got the wrong idea. I was not doing anything of the sort. It was purely these. No. These. They're not mine.
I believe they're not yours.
Fritz, did you do something without telling me?" And Fritz is sitting there like, "No, Master, we've been digging up the bodies for..." And then he gets a smack on the head. "No, Fritz, no, that's not me. Did you put something in the cart that I didn't tell you to?" And they kind of bumble back and forth for a few minutes. And at the end of it, he says, "All right, fine. They're human remains." Ooh.
It's cool.
Really
weird.
No.
That's cool. No, I'm ashamed. I'm a monster.
No, you're not a monster.
You're a scientist. You're trying to discover things. Does it make sense?
Where?
Where we
You're
come
trying
from, people donate their bodies to science every day. Listen, it's what you got to do sometimes.
Well, you seem quite cool with it, so to speak. Your terminology, your vernacular. Let me just ask a quick question. Let's say someone were using these dead remains to build a monster of sorts.
Well, I mean, what do you want to do with the monster?
Oh, just an experiment, see if I can create life,
Yeah, nothing wrong with creating life. Now, if you're creating life that causes death, then maybe we'd have to talk about it a little bit. Nothing wrong with creating life.
Of course not. That would be absurd. It would be cyclical. Why would I want to create life only to kill more? Then I would just take their bodies to try to create more.
Well, the only problem is, what if the thing is going to suffer because of life?
Well, see, and that's part of the reason that I'm being very careful with how I pick. See, these, and he, again, kind of goes with the curtain off. He picks up like a bunch of rotted hands and stuff. He says, "These are no good. I don't want to give these rotten parts." And every once in a while, we bring these mainly for the blood. I had to do a total transfusion. Basically, every 20 pieces of these, I get 1 pint of the similar blood. That's, it doesn't matter. But the point is, I'm only using fresh body parts. I have a body part guy who's bringing me fresh bodies that are dead, and I can just take those pieces. Brilliant. It's great. It's making everything happy.
Say that again, sir.
I'm saying that rather than using these rotten pieces, I have a man who's bringing me freshly killed bodies to use, so I'm not putting an old arm on a new corpse, so to speak.
Freshly
you don't
killed,
want to
freshly deceased, as if they've been murdered.
No. Heaven forbid. This man came to me. He quite odd actually. He came knocking on my door, offering me deceased bodies, premium condition. Most died of old age. He said they were from far away. I didn't know. I didn't ask.
I try to make eye contact with Fritz, because this to me it sounds like he was lying to me a second ago.
And Fritz kind of just looks up to you like,
okay.
Just listening.
Fair enough.
Just watching the shit go through. No, I'm telling you, the gentleman came, a brilliant gentleman by the name of Cracks. He said he was offering body parts from all over, full body humans if I wanted, pieces if I wanted, dead bodies, totally expired, run a full course on their own merit, and I could purchase them and make everything happy. It's a brilliant arrangement. None of them, I've inspected all of them, none of them seem to be killed.
Fascinating. And, okay, is he coming back soon?
But of course, he's staying with me. He's in the castle.
Oh, no way! Get out of town, I say as I turn to Sly. And I go.
Yeah, good call.
Good call. What?
Good call about the coffee. I'm really excited about coffee.
And Liam, you're now at the back of the truck. Hey, your friend is with us.
Oh, Liam, he was just telling us about how Liam will be cool, by the way, about how he's getting the bodies for his experiments, as he's Frankenstein, as you know, from a man named Cracks, and we might be able to meet him because he's back at the castle.
Well, you want to meet us?
Well, I figure if we're going to the castle, we might be able to bump into him. You know, we are very sociable people.
Of course. I mean, yes. I mean, yeah. He's in one of the secluded wings of the castle, and you look at the castle. It looks like it has maybe 150 rooms. It's a massive thing. So, of course, I mean, I can arrange a small meeting with him, but he's there with us. You seem interested in him.
Well, just some man who can find all these dead bodies for you. It seems to me that he can procure just about anything, and we are in need of some service, as it were.
Well, he can procure almost everything, not something specifically. He's actually a rat honourable man, if I do say so.
Why do you say that?
Well, there is something I am missing, and he cannot do it, and I cannot do it. And, say... And he actually kind of twirls on his foot as he stands there. You wouldn't want to help me out real quick, would you?
Oh, well, I mean, why don't we get to the castle, and then we will discuss this matter that you're talking about.
Well, look. You clearly are open-minded individuals. You clearly want to see my creation come to fruition, and all I'm missing is one specific, very important piece. Something that Cracks has agreed that he cannot get for me, something that I cannot find in the graveyard, and something that I know exists within town, just over that way.
Okay. Well, how close are we getting to the castle?
You've stopped walking. You're about halfway between the castle and the graveyard at this point.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess what are the details?
Look, it's very, very straightforward. In town, there is a morgue, and within the morgue, they keep many healthy brains. And all I need you to do is find out where the morgue is and go in and get a brain for me. And that way I can put the brain into the creature and pop goes your uncle. But the important thing is, well, there's a few cruxes on this. The brain I want is a very specific brain. It is a man I have been watching. He is a great architect who lived in town quite some time ago. He died of natural causes. He was a very nice, kind man named Eric von Schuppenegg, and I want you to find his brain specifically. I know he died quite recently. Now, this is something Cracks does not offer as his services, and it is something I cannot do, because the minute I show my face in town, it doesn't work out very well. So I need someone to go into town, find out where they moved the blasted morgue, and retrieve the brain for me. And if I am sussing you out correctly, and he kind of glances between the three of you, I am guessing it is at least worth me introducing you to this Cracks gentleman. You seem quite eager to meet him.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm more eager with getting some rest, and that's why I would like to go to.
And as you say eager, Fritz goes, "What's that?"
Eager, Fritz. Who? Eager. Eager.
No, Fritz. I'm Fritz.
Either way, we would love some rest, and it's a bit of a travel to the town. I don't know why I'm speaking in a British accent now. It's funny how that happens. Sometimes I go to a new place.
You aren't speaking in a British accent, to be honest, because we are, of course, in Transylvania.
We are Transylvania. Sometimes it happens when I'm surrounded by people with different accents. Blimey. Yeah.
As a sign of good faith, I will agree to have you come back to the castle and rest. But I do ask that before I allow you to meet my friend and business partner Cracks, that you retrieve said brain. But equally, I promise that I will not allow Cracks to leave before meeting you. Can we agree on this?
Sounds like a deal. And I shake his hand.
Very good. And he shakes your hand. Honorable men, I appreciate you and your candor. Very well, onward to the castle. And as he's walking, he just kind of walks and, I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Well done.
I thought you said his name was Frankenstein. It's not Frankenfurter.
No, it's Frankenstein. And as you get to, and Fritz again kind of pops along, and he walks back to you, Liam, and says, hello, my name is Fritz.
Pleasure, Fritz. What do you do for the doctor?
Oh, what don't I do? I help him with experiments and things of that nature, but I'm not very bright.
You don't have to be bright, all you have to do is be caring.
Oh, I don't really care either.
Oh, well then.
And as he says that,
the doctor is lucky to have you.
As he says that, he pulls out a white little mouse from his pocket that's alive, and he just bites the head off. And he, would you care to have some mouse?
Oh, I'm good, thank you, Fritz.
Very well. And he wrings the blood of the mouse out into his mouth.
Oh.
And then just throws it away. And he hops up next to you again, Sly, very happily. And after a short...
I think I should do some sort of might save.
Call of Cthulhu, maybe, but no, you're good. And after a few minutes, you come to the castle gates, and Frankenstein opens them up and walks into the massive area before the large stone castle, and it is huge. It goes on for a very long time, and he goes to the front door and he turns around before opening and says, "Welcome to my castle." And he grabs a key out and he tries it. Oh no, that's a wrong key. And he tries a few keys first, and then he clicks it open, and it opens up, and you're boop, 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 and he walks in and he goes boop, 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 and you hear an alarm go doot doot, and he's like, "Come."
Ooh, so is it dark on the inside? Is it well lit?
So you enter the castle, and there's a beautiful red rug running along down the center. The castle
we assume
walls,
would be a red rug.
Yeah,
A black rug.
obviously. Actually, it's a green rug. Dracula's is red, Frankenstein's is green. Wait till you get to the other castle, because it'll be purple. For
Black.
Don't spoil it.
Sorry. Anyway, so it's a beautiful green rug. The walls are dark, and they almost feel more... Whereas Dracula's castle was very sharp, and the statues that held on the inside, the figures that were painted and all this kind, felt like they were constantly creeping in on you. The Frankenstein castle feels more strong and sturdy. The architecture feels well built, and it's less crumbled and less jagged peaks than Dracula's castle. More of a strong foundation. And while you feel, again, the similar sense of uneasiness when you enter, it does feel like this place could withstand a bombshell being dropped on it. A bomb being dropped on it, I should say. But no, it's quite windy, dark, damp inside, like any castle, but it does have sconces with torches lit that are flickering and lighting the way, tall ceilings before you, and a massive stone staircase leading upward. And Frankenstein kind of nods to you and says, "Yes, well, let me show you to your rooms, if you'd like. and we can rest, and then you can get my brain maybe in a few hours.
Sounds good to me. I only need a few rests to sleep. I don't know about you guys, but I should be good.
Yeah, that sounds like a okay plan. I'm pretty beaten up from that fight.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Fritz, if you don't mind, show them to the quarters, and I have something to do. And he leaves. And Fritz kind of looks up at you and says, "Come this way." And he grabs your hand, Liam.
Okay.
All right.
And he takes a few steps, and he waits for you. And he says, "Well, grab his hand too."
All right, so I'll grab him sort of, well, I guess by the hand. By the wrist.
And he looks at you, Sly, waiting for you to grab Dex. So we'll grab his hand.
I grabbed Dex's hand.
So now you're all walking in a line holding hands like children in a museum. And he looks back and he's got this like sheer sense of joy on his face. He goes, "Okay." And he starts walking up the large stone staircase, kind of pulling your hand. You walk much faster than him, and yet he has this need to kind of lead the way, so you're kind of just forcing yourself to go a bit slower, but you are dead tired. And just at the top of the stairs, a bit to the right, again, you're in a long hallway where the torches are less lit, but it looks like it goes on for, God, almost miles. It looks, you can't actually see the end. It just kind of fades off into a dot. And he leads you to one of the first doors, and he opens it up, and it's kind of in shambles. There's cobwebs in the ceiling. He brings a torch from the hallway in and puts it into another sconce, and the room, again, is this dark, kind of dingy. The bed itself looks like it's sunken in a bit over time. And he says, "The three of you can share this room."
There's no other room that... is this the only room we can use?
And he looks down the hall, and there's like hundreds of rooms. He says, "No. But if you like, I can share this room with you too."
Nope, that's fine, Fritz. Thank you very much. That'll be more than enough for us.
"Oh, okay." And when you go into the room, he shuts the door, and you hear a click, like a lock.
I test the door.
It is locked.
All right.
I would like to test the walls.
Sure.
And look in the back cupboards for like Narnia and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Looking for portraits that are looking at us.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, like a few seconds pass, and you hear a very loud shunk, and very obviously one of the portraits, just the eyes look—they're not even cut well. They look like this big, and you see Fritz's eyes. And the problem is he actually is talking, and you can hear him. He's like, "Oh, these boys are very. Are they being safe?" And you can see like the picture's like being pushed a little bit, like he's very clumsy at it. And you're kind of just standing there sort of watching him do this.
I'll wait.
I take off my coat and I hang it over the portrait frame so it covers that up.
Okay, and you just hear a, "Oh." So that was obvious. If you want to do a bit of a more difficult roll, Liam, why don't you give me a roll? I was messed up like 2 words into
sounds fair. That sounds fair. All right. And again, I will. Ooh. I'm just gonna do a normal roll because I don't think I can apply effort.
Okay.
I'm too tired at this moment.
Okay, it's going to be challenging. Sorry.
No doubt. Oh, my eyeball.
Okay. So no, you don't see anything, and you kind of look around. In fact, you all look around with the aid of Liam.
Oh no, I'm not looking. I'm sitting down on the bed.
I'm pulling on books.
Well, what I mean to say is that anyone who wanted to do a roll, this would be included in that. And basically, he's bringing anyone who wants to be around, and minus the people who are falling asleep. And you don't see anything. And Liam, you kind of like, you're pretty sure there's nothing.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm just gonna ask. Do you guys think we should sleep in shifts?
Yeah.
I don't care. You guys do what you want.
Perhaps. I don't think I need too much rest, but I'll take a few hours. And I go and lie down on the bed beside Dex.
Okay. So Liam, you're gonna stay up?
Yeah, and I will. I'll walk around rather than sitting down or anything like that.
Okay. So
and I'll keep poking and prodding, like pulling open drawers and I don't know, looking behind statues. More so to keep myself entertained than to really search for anything.
Yeah.
Start putting on the armor.
Yeah.
Start pulling things, just kind of moving sconces. Put the candle back. So you actually, I will offer you a GM intrusion that you fall asleep if you would like to take it.
Sure.
Okay. So I'll give you.
And
XP.
I will give my the other XP to. Ooh, this is a tough. I'm gonna roll 1 to 2 for Sly, 3 to 4 for Dex. Reason being, I did like the way that Dex was just like, yeah, I'll go to sleep. But I also like the way that Sly was very much into the no, I do have a wife to get back to, keeping that pressure on. So it'll go to Sly.
Okay, perfect. So, Sly, you get an extra XP. So, you try as you might to stay awake. You've just been up too long, and the walking actually makes it that much tougher. So, as you pass a comfy chair in the corner, you sit down for a second, look side to side, and you slink down a little bit, and then you... And it's only about 15 minutes past when these guys fell asleep. Like, it was like no time at all.
I can see that.
Yeah. And how long are you
That's
guys...
not role-playing, Liam.
What is the checkmark stuff?
It's usually 10 seconds, 1 hour...
1 hour to 10 minutes, 1 hour, or
1 hour, 10 hours. So I'm up to my 1 hour, I believe.
So you want to take a 10-hour rest?
No, I think my 1 hour rest would give me a heal.
Oh, okay. So then we'll say, is everyone okay with resting in an hour?
Yep.
Okay, so after about an hour, you all feel about 1d6 plus your level better. That's a technical triumph.
I don't know, I rolled 8, but...
Perfect. And so everyone can roll that out. And you hear a knock at the door. And Dex, you're actually the first one to open your eyes, just because you're the first one to close them. And you see Liam passed out in the chair. And you see Sly just snuggling up to you.
I elbow Sly.
Those aren't pillows!
I elbow Sly and just make it look like I'm just shifting.
What?
So you each kind of wake up, and you do feel much better, and you realize that if you lay down any longer, you're going to be gone the whole,
night.
Yeah, whole night. And Sly, as you sleep, you're dreaming of your wife, and you're dreaming of your unborn baby, and that also kind of forces you to wake up, and you kind of snap out of it as you do.
What do we do with those ciphers? Who got what?
Liam still has all 3.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to do.
Dangerous.
Yeah, so, well, is there the knock on the door? Like, do we have to deal with that first?
You did hear a knock, yeah, but there doesn't seem to be anything about it.
Alright, well, if I wake up, then I will go to the door and answer the door.
Okay, so you answer the door, and it opens, and there is a... there's a beautiful woman standing there.
I was going to be like a silver platter with, like, headless mice on it for snack.
Breakfast.
All right.
There is a beautiful woman standing there.
Hello.
And she says, hello.
What can we do for you today?
And she kind of looks to you and looks at the other two and says, what can I do for you?
I don't know. What is it that you do here? My name's Liam Walker. We're a guest of the doctor.
And she says, I am a guest as well, of sorts.
You're very vague.
And she kind of just stands there and laughs a bit.
You're an enigma. Very intriguing. I'm intrigued. How tantalizing. Would you like to come in?
And she says, yes.
Well, hang on.
And she enters in the room.
Yeah.
And
Is
as
she
she
gliding
enters,
in?
Yeah, she glides in. You notice
Damn
that
it! I just invited her in. Well, as long as she's in the house, she has free will.
she
anyway.
glides in, and she but because you stayed here, this is
Yeah.
I was enforcing the rules of vampire. Anyway, she enters the center of the room, and her complexion changes to a much darker shade, and she says, in a darker tone, "You promised Dracula you would return immediately when the zombies were killed."
No, are you sure? Yes, I'm pretty sure we said we'd return, not immediately.
And she stares at you, and you can see like a fire behind her eyes, and she does seem very powerful.
If that is the case, however...
What?
I will be very willing to return immediately, having found out my mistake.
She says, Dracula does not take kindly to those who break a contract.
We did
Verbal
not...
or otherwise.
Do you have a copy of the contract handy?
Verbal or otherwise.
Verbal, oh, I see.
And she's sort of just floating in the center of the room.
It's so awkward.
Obviously, our bad. We screwed up. It's really Dex's fault. We just followed along with his lead, but we'll make our way back right now.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, Dex probably told us wrong.
I'll take the fall on this one. Yeah. Okay. So what do you want, bitch?
Whoa, Dex. Whoa.
What? I only got an hour of sleep, and she's knocking on our door after an hour of sleep. Come on, what am I supposed to do?
Look in her eyes before you say something like that.
I'm not looking in her eyes. I don't want to look at anything right now. My eyes are still shut because I'm pretty much sleeping.
I walk over and I literally put a pillow over his face a little bit here. I'm not suffocated. I'm just like, we'll be ready in just a moment. If you would wait outside, he is not dressed, and we need to get him ready.
And she considers what you're saying, and she says, Dracula feels that your betrayal is cause for death.
Did you see the zombies we killed, miss? There were a lot of zombies, and we did our job. The only thing we didn't do is come back to reap our reward. So the only people really suffering here is us.
And she like grows two sizes, and she has like fire behind her. She says, "Your deal was to return and make a deal with the villagers, so that Dracula could have blood, so that we all could have blood." And she
And I'll put on the supervisor
I'm
name
mistaking
tag.
it again.
I gotta put on the supervisor name tag.
I reach over beside the bed, and I groggily grab my bag, and I say, "Actually." And I pull out the book of Actually.
There's a pillow on your face. Hold on. Three things happen at the same time. First off, Justin, you have a pillow over your head, which is fine to talk through, but Mike just put on the supervisor name tag.
Oh, shit. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yes. However, Mike, you cannot use a cipher until you get rid of the other two.
Well, the other ones they're just on the table right now.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So you've totally fine. Okay. So you put on the name tag, and she looks at you. What do you wish?
I just need you to calm down, and I need you to stand here while we get ready, and then you will lead us back to Dracula, and you will explain to him that it was a miscommunication on our part, and it was by no means a slight against him or a desire to do well.
And she looks at you and says, yeah, no problem. No, you don't have to come. I can tell him. Totally fine.
Just please.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get pissed off. I really need this job.
No, I get it, and that's why actually I'd like for you to accompany us, because I'd like to learn more about you as we go.
Honestly, I get it. But if he sees you, he's just gonna be really pissed, and he's gonna kill you. I don't mind going back and telling him. It's totally fine. Look, I'll tell him that it was a total misunderstanding. He might want to talk again, but it'll be fine. I promise.
I walk over to Liam and I whisper in his ear. I say, Liam, perhaps we could use her to get the brain. Right? I mean, she could be pretty handy, don't you think?
Absolutely. So, yeah, actually, I think that sounds like a great idea that you will eventually go on without us, but actually, before we do that, and before we go see Dracula, we do have one other assignment we do need to take care of first.
Okay.
So I need you to sit here and just be patient.
Okay. Okay. She sits down.
Thank you. You're doing a fantastic job.
She says, "Yeah, please, I really, really, really need this."
Absolutely, I understand. We all have mouths to feed, even if it's just yours. Get it.
She's like, "But no, really, I really need this job. You have no idea." She's got like the fangs. She's like 40.
and I get it. Like, Dracula, he's very particular about what he wants, and it is the right thing to try to please him.
Look, it's totally
You're
fine.
not wrong.
Honestly, if you want to come back, I can take you back there, no problem. He might be okay. He was just really hurt. That's all.
I understand, but let's just wait here. We'll get ready, and we'll be on our way to do our little favor for Dr. Frankenstein, and then we'll go back with you. We'll go see Dracula, and everything will work out in your favor. I promise.
Okay, so she sits down and she just kind of sits.
I walk over to Liam and I go, "How are you doing this? Are you a vampire?"
Finally, I can breathe.
You can always breathe.
I wasn't suffocating you, not in this game.
All right, so
How do you not suffocate someone by putting a pillow over their face? That's pretty much the
You can
definition
lie
of
on your
suffocating.
face and not die when you go to bed.
Yeah, it's like you push it when they're talking, and then you let it off when they're not, so they can breathe.
Just a little bit.
all right, so I'll be like, guys, come on over here for a second. Obviously, we need to get ready to go. Dex, snap to it. I need your buddy. And I'll explain to them that, guys, while I was searching the zombies, seeing if we missed any clues, I also found these, and I think they'll come in handy. I wasn't planning on using any of them until, we had talked about them and divided them up evenly, but, made a quick judgment call. It seemed to be the right thing to do. I hope you're not angry, but here's two that you guys can choose from if you want. There's the ethnicity converter and the essence of the drinking song.
I'm not touching the ethnicity one.
Oh, I'll take the ethnicity one. That sounds like it could be fun. I figure that one's made for me. I have very thin boundaries when it comes to race. I think.
Well, okay, so now we have her in. She basically thinks you're her boss. She's a vampire. Let's get her to get the brain.
But okay.
The problem,
well, I mean, yeah.
The problem with the tag is, and I think I get where Jose was coming from. I think he was the one who created this. The idea is you can if it's a guy standing next to a panel and you need him to press the button, you can convince him to do it. The minute they leave the target, though, if you send them on a mission, it wears off. So if you wanted to send her to get the brain, you'd actually have to be with her.
Yeah.
Well, but at that point, she wouldn't be all that beneficial because she'd be more of a. I mean, you could try it, but it'd probably be more of a
hassle.
A what?
I don't know. I
It'd
feel
be
like
more of an hassle because you'd be more dragging her around. I mean,
well, maybe.
Keep her as a
Like,
bodyguard at least.
The thing I'm thinking, I don't know, if we go and we get the brain right now, I mean, we could do that. We need to get it anyway, so we might as well. But the issue with that is that if we don't go back to Dracula right away, I mean, Dracula is pretty powerful. Like we think
he's only
that
powerful
this lady
here.
is powerful.
As soon as we get out of this world, we'll be safe.
But I mean, he can pretty much teleport, can't he?
He can't do incursions. He can't leave this world. He's a fictional character, Dex.
I figure he could find us. He could
Dex,
find us if he wanted to.
Don't be
if we didn't
afraid
come
of
straight to him.
Dracula. He's not. He didn't have the spark. We both saw
Why
that.
not be afraid of Dracula? Why wouldn't I be
It
afraid?
makes sense to be afraid of Dracula here, but we get the brain, we bring it back, we get to Cracks, and we get home.
Okay.
This is our goal. We need to get home.
Right. So how long do you think that it would take to go get the brain?
The village is only a couple miles away. I mean, I think that'll take us maybe 5 hours, 6 hours.
5 hours, 6 hours. Are we gonna waltz in? Just like bust some caps, shoot some heads.
Yeah.
And,
well, I don't
just
expect we try
grab
to
the
do
brain.
No.
We don't even know where the morgue is.
Well, let's be honest
ask
here.
around.
We've all seen or read about Frankenstein and the mob of villagers who come with pitchforks and torches. I suggest we do it in a little bit more of a covert
Discreetly,
operation.
Right. So that's going to take a little bit more time. So maybe 7, 8 hours.
Still,
Yeah.
we get away and we don't have to worry about Dracula. We can do it during the day too.
But let me get to my point. My point is that's 7 or 8 hours that Dracula has to come and find us. He's got a pint of each of our blood. I'm pretty sure that he'd be able to sniff us away. He knew that we were here right now. He obviously knows how to track us.
What time is it? Daytime out there, Harlan?
It is night. Because it was coming up to dusk when you went to the graveyard. So now it's like 9.
Perhaps. Yeah, okay, so it is night. Well, yeah, we can go back to Dracula. I agree, he is powerful. I mean, he wouldn't even let us out of that table if he didn't want us to.
I think we should be in his good books.
We're not, though. We're going to go there and he might kill us.
He might. But I'm pretty sure that he'd kill us if we went to town. I think he'd track us down and suck our blood.
Perhaps we should prepare garlic, crosses, the usual stuff.
And the girl who's sitting there just listening to all this is kind of like, guys, look, you got something to do. You can do it. I'll wait here. It'll be totally cool. We can do it after. He's not going to come after you. He doesn't like leaving. He sent me to come. I'll just chill here, and then when you come back, manager, and she's like looking at Yulia, and she's like, I'll just stay in this room, I swear, and when you come back, it'll be totally fine, everything will be great, and then I'll take you to Dracula, and maybe by that time you'll have a solution for whatever problem you guys are trying to figure out.
Are we really gonna trust her? Are we gonna trust her?
I feel we can trust her.
Hey man, I can't lose this job.
And I go, miss, just listen, I'm a good friend of your boss over there, and I point to Liam. Let's say, for example, you were a horrible employee who decided to leave even though you said you'd stay here. Is there any way that would stop you from leaving this room?
And she looks around and she points to a silver curtain rod string. It's like a metal, it's like very fine metal. She's look, grab that. And she goes over to the bed and she lays down. She says, grab that. So
I grab it and I come over to her.
And she's like, put it on my hand.
Well, miss, do I have complete consent?
Of course, yeah, go for it. And she looks to you, Liam. She's like, he can do this. Just tell him he can do it. It's fine.
Liam, Liam, does this make sense to you? Liam, you need to speak up.
Is this gonna hurt you?
She's like, no, not even all. Not if I don't fight it. She's like, what? Put it down. I just can't touch it, but put it down.
So I put it down.
So you drape it across her, and it singes a little bit, but then it stops. She's like, look, I can't lift. And she like tries to lift her hand. She's like, see, I can't lift. The silver will keep me down. There's one there, too. You can lay it over me. I'll stay on the bed. I can't move. It doesn't hurt me. I don't mind. And she looks to Liam, and she's like, hey, if it keeps my job, I'm totally fine with it. I'll stay here.
Liam, I think that might be the best mode of action.
Sure.
So I grab the other one, and I lay it across her. And say, there. So,
perfect.
Dex, are you content now? Maybe we should go to the village, get this done. I mean, Dracula's not coming after us, she said so herself. There may be others. I mean, I know there's other. I don't think the Invisible Man would help out Dracula. They didn't seem like they were on best terms, and I'm pretty sure I gave him a hand job by accident. And the mummy, well, he's been using him for toilet paper. So unless he's got other vampires, which I know he does, chances are we might be okay. Dex, what do you
Oh,
think?
you're talking to me?
I'm sorry about the pillow thing, but don't ignore me.
Well, I guess that's fair. Yeah. I'm still kind of in a stupor. I was sleeping.
Means he
with my
wasn't
eyes.
listening.
I was sleeping with my eyes open.
I just don't see, like, I get that we're after cracks, I get that. But Frankenstein did say that he will make it so that cracks won't leave until we agree to see him. And I feel like if we make Dracula angrier and angrier, and then if this girl doesn't come back, that's going to also make him go, hey.
Well,
Where
she's
is
not
she?
going anywhere, right? You guys are keeping her there.
Right.
You
No, I get that, but if you were like, hey, Chris, go down the hall, I want you to talk to Justin, and then come right back, make sure he comes back. And then, like,
8
Chris
hours
never
go
comes
by.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean,
No,
like,
I think your thinking is sound, and I think we are going to piss Dracula off, but I'm gambling that we're going to make it back in time with the brain and be on our way. Because here's the other possibility. We get to Dracula, and he's not having any of it anyways, and he kills us. Then our chances are 0.
So what you're saying is basically our chances are 0 anyway. So let's do the one that's like less more
Less 0 than the other 0?
And she's lying on the bed. She goes, guys, Liam, look. I was like knocking on your door for like half an hour. Dracula doesn't have to know that you even ever let me in. I could be trying to get to you guys for like another 2 hours. He doesn't know.
All right, fair enough. Let's do it.
Because honestly, and I don't mean any disrespect, but you were kind of stupid because you invited me in.
Yeah, get that.
Like, I could just tell him that you were smarter than you actually are, because you're not.
I get that.
No, because it was kind of stupid.
Yep, you're right.
No, but because it wasn't, like, no one's ever fallen for that. No one. I didn't even say anything. You just invited me in.
So
And you can look at the window, and the castle's, like, right across the way. And I think I saw you when you were in the castle. I think you saw me.
I take the piece of silver, and I take the pillow, and I just put it on her face. On top of the pillow.
She's like, okay, yeah.
Gangball.
I'm used to this Dracula.
You are unbelievable, Sly. Unbelievable. I say as I grab my things and I start making my way out the door. All right, so where's the way to this village? You can't just solve all your problems with pillows, Sly.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, you exit the room to see Fritz kind of walking down the hall. Oh, hello, the doctor's ready for you. And he starts walking down the stairs.
Fritz, do not go in that room. We will be back. We left some personal items.
You like a stinky?
Well, no. Yes, we made a stinky.
I love stinkies.
We did not make a stinky.
I don't like not stinkies. And he continues down the door. I won't touch your room. I don't like people touching my room either. So he brings you downstairs and down another set of stairs, and you're now entering a long, dimly lit corridor down. And as you continue down, you hear the buzzing of electricity as you reach the bottom steps. And he
Fritz,
opens a...
Before we go in there, can I interrupt you, Fritz?
Yes, what's up?
Could you point us to Crax's room?
Oh no, the doctor said you are not to know where Crax is until you return with the brain.
Oh, he said that to you? Okay, never mind.
I was on the road with you.
Right, I wasn't sure if he was talking to all of us or just...
You thought I was dumb. Everyone thinks
you
I'm
said you
dumb.
were dumb. And I thought that meant... Never mind, Fritz. Just onward, please.
And Fritz just looks really sad. And he opens the door and he pushes it and says, you can go in. I'm going to go to my crying corner. And he walks up the stairs.
And I just
the doctor...
look at Sly. I shake my head.
And the doctor is in and he says... And he's got big gloves on and big glasses. And he's like, yes, excellent. And he pulls off the gloves. and it's kind of a large room that looks down, and there's kind of a body that's covered in the center. And he said, "Yes, excellent. Everything is ready. I just need the brain. I do not know where the morgue is. Head to town, find out where you can. That's pretty much all I have."
Okay. What's the fastest way to get to town? One of your horses?
No. Well, if you can, it's not even a half-hour walk. It's quite close, actually. I know because they constantly came to my door in the old days when I first tried this. Anyway, go to the town. The tavern is awfully nice. If you pop in the tavern, I'm sure someone will speak to you. Oh, I do know this. The mortician's brother is the butcher. So if you find the butcher before the mortician, see if you can ask him. Maybe he'll know where the morgue is. But other than that, I don't know where it is exactly. They move it all the time.
Perfect. Well, we'll find it.
Yeah, it's
And
not
if
tough.
not,
I used to
we'll
find
just
it all the time.
procure some other brain somehow. Oh wait, no.
No. And this part's important. I need Eric von Schumpenegg. Schumpenegg. Okay?
Can you
Eric
spell that
von
for us?
Schumpenegg. Yes, of course. ERIK space VON space SHUMPTRNEG. Eric von Schumpenegg. Okay? Now it's very specific that you bring me that brain and that brain only. For reasons that are yet to be explained. But please do not bring me one that says AB normal. It will not help, and it will make everything very difficult. I wish you all the best. I still have a few last-minute tweaks, but please, when you return with the brain, come straight to me. It should stay fresh.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. How do we keep it fresh? Just keep it in whatever liquid it's in.
It should be in a jar.
Or what if we just take the whole head?
No, he died last week, so it should
No,
be in
the morgue has already taken the brain out and put it in a jar, Dex.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's go. See you later, Frankie.
Yes, it's Victor, but very well. Nice to see you, cockface. Good luck, and make sure that you come back with the brain in one piece, please.
And as we're leaving, I say to Liam, I was like, how did he know that my nickname was Cockface?
And he says, "Well, you are what you eat." Zing. So you head up to the castle. You pass a whimpering in the hall as Fritz is just crying into a corner on a bale of hay. And you, yeah.
I say to Fritz, whatever I said was not right earlier. I'm going to get you the cutest kitten you ever saw.
Oh, I love the taste of tabbies.
Tabbies? I will look for a tabby.
Oh, thank you.
And I look at Dex and I go, I don't know, is that better?
So now you're going to kill an innocent cat.
No. I don't know. I just don't know what you want anymore, Dex, and I walk ahead.
I don't want to be suffocated. That's one thing that I very much not like.
So there's that. There's that.
Okay, but I didn't want to get up close to the other guys and go, listen, perhaps this is one of those things we can't find the morgue unless we have a dead body. Maybe if we have a dead body, they'll come for the body and we can find the morgue.
In the middle of night?
I don't know. I mean, we were in that business place and the people jumped out the window and it seemed like they just cleaned up the mess as if nothing happened.
It sounds like a very elaborate way to get into a building without trying the door.
I don't know where the door is my only point.
Yeah, but I think the tavern's the door right now. We go into the tavern, talk to a few people, see what's up. The morgue, I mean, it's not like we're asking anything weird.
Where's the morgue? We need a brain?
That's kind of weird, actually. Well, we don't have to say the brain part.
Okay, well, you know what? We could become, I'm sure on our way there we can think of a clever way to bring it up.
Distant relatives of a man who died just last week, and we wanted to see his body before.
We need to identify it, maybe. Maybe we were called to identify, but we can't find the morgue.
No, because it'd be identified already if we're looking for Eric von Schumpenegg.
We don't say we looked. We just say we were notified that someone we knew died, but we needed to identify the body at the morgue. Can you show us the way to the morgue, Mr. Random Villager?
Pinkle Pants.
Pinkle Pants.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be his name, Dex.
Well, I mean, I thought it was a pretty common name around here, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Okay, I take the yeah. All right.
Liam, are you on board?
Absolutely. I'm just on the edge of, do we leave Vampire here or do we destroy her?
Well, we're out of the castle now.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, as we were.
I go over to the garden though, and I
We're
pluck
not
some.
in the castle anymore. We're not in the
some
castle
garlic.
anymore, Liam.
Is there garlic?
Yeah, there is actually. There's a lot of garlic.
That's ironic. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some garlic, and I'm gonna put some of the cloves in my pockets. And I toss one to Dex and one to Liam as well. I said, I don't know if it'll work here, but just in case.
I'm going to offer a group intrusion.
Okay.
Where you will not get a bonus XP, but I'll give you one each if you decide to take it. And basically, it'll be that because you guys know that you can be prone to reactionary violence and that you think it could be easy, that you want to leave your weapons behind.
Sure. I'm down.
Yeah, he doesn't even need. Do you even have weapons, Dex?
Not really.
It might make us a little bit more incognito not to have a bow on our back, though. So.
Well, I'm also, because I didn't want to force you to do it, but I'm also thinking it would look pretty weird, and I probably would call if you're like walking in with a sword or something like that. But I think you should be rewarded for it anyway. So.
Okay. Well, I will leave my bow, but I will keep a knife with me because I feel like that would be reasonable to have some sort of.
Yeah, it's concealed, so that'll be fine, I suppose. What about you, Liam?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you have nothing on you but a small dagger that you have on you, Sly.
And a clove of garlic.
And a clove of garlic you each have in your ciphers, of course.
Yes.
Okay, so you exit the castle, and lightning strikes, lighting up the landscape. You see the small village down the winding road before you, and while the rain has subsided for now, the sky tells a tale of the impending storm on the horizon. So you begin walking down in a cool slow-motion guy way, and as you do, you talk. And Dex says,
How you feeling, Liam?
I'm all right. I'm baffled. I mean, I used to love horror movies, especially the old classics, but this has got me stumped, and I'm still perplexed.
Yeah.
Do we kill Dracula and release the vampires from their doom? Maybe it's one of those cases where we could save these people, or do we just kill her?
Right.
There's so many options here.
Well, congratulations, Liam. You have successfully used your intellect to distract you from the fact that you were feeling unwell not too long ago, and I have just successfully reminded you.
Yes, thank you.
And I take another bite from my garlic.
Perfect. Okay. So so you're approaching the village, and again it's night, and the outskirts of the village are quite nice, and as you approach this beautiful cobblestone streets, quaint little houses with thatched roofs, I should say, and colorful siding, and it's actually a quite peaceful little village. There's a nice fountain in the center, but there are a number of buildings, and nothing jumps out at you apparently as a morgue. However, the words of Frankenstein trickle through your head, and you do come across a very large building in the center of town that says Tavern on it. Or sorry, it actually says the Slaughtered Lamb Pub.
I think this is it.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah, let's try.
Three heroes traveled through the village. At the base of the mountains, they did not stop to consider the ramifications of their actions, or that they were aiding the doctor bring a literal monster to fruition. No, none of this went through their pea-sized brains of these men as they stepped into the quiet village square, the tavern lying directly before them. Had they only listened to the narrator, who was only trying to save their worsted lives, but maybe, would have had a chance in avoiding the painful death that loomed within that tavern. But what would I know? I'm only reading the goddamned future.
Hey, he's not a monster. How do you know he's going to be a monster?
It says right here on page 296.
Yeah.
Monster.
You can rip that page out because it's not going to happen.
Very well. It's your story. What the fuck do I know?
And in fairness, we have gone off script.
Yes, you have. You should have found out what was going to happen in the original script.
Isn't this more exciting than a book?
Liam gets a really cool blowjob. Sly, you would have liked what happened to you. Sly gets to go home and see his wife again, and Dex, sorry. Dex, no, nothing much happened to you. Another thing that happened to Liam, which was quite cool. Liam, you not only got a blowjob, but you got 2 blowjobs by 2 really hot chicks. But who cares? What's the point of the narrator? You stand before
I'm not saying that we can't revisit.
No.
Revisit.
No,
I don't think we
Liam, no. We are the drivers of our own fate. Okay?
Where are you? Masters of your fate, captains of your soul. You know what that's from? Some bullshit poem that I don't remember the name of.
Well, you should read it. Read another book.
That's an inside joke.
Okay. All right, and I keep marching to find.
It's a poem. You should Google what poem it's from because that's a really good joke.
I get it. I don't.
Yeah, because it's the name of our stream. It's from a poem called INVICTUS, so it's kind of funny. but don't tell anybody.
So, you stand before the Slaughtered Lamb pub, and you kick open the door with your hand. Puncher, kick puncher. Which punches the power of kicks. So, you're standing outside the pub door, and it's quiet, almost eerily quiet, as if it's empty.
I look through the window.
There is no window.
At the front of the pub?
I know.
No. Oh.
And I there's no one in here at all.
You can't see it. You haven't. Sorry, you have opened it. I should say.
I thought we kicked it open with our hand.
I know. I just want to give
Did
you
you
an
miss all
option
that
in case
part,
you decide to change your mind. I don't want to force you, but you do. You open it, and it's filled. But as you open it, everyone is staring at you quietly. There's a shifting of the chairs as they turn.
I actually know this feeling.
It's just packed. And, I mean, there's clinking of glasses, stuff that you wouldn't heard from the other side of the door. And a large man, and these are all townsfolk. People are sitting in suspenders and you know, with empty glasses in front of them and milk glasses and things like that. And they all have pieces of paper in front of them with pencils. Or at least the majority of them in tables. What's that?
Is it bingo night?
Well, as you're standing there, a very large gentleman at the front, where everyone is kind of facing, walks between them as everyone kind of turns around really awkwardly at you. And he walks up to you.
Well,
We're
hello
almost
there.
late. We're just about to start. Take a seat. And he shuts the door behind you and locks it. I'll lock it so no more come in. And other people bang their glasses. Aye. And he walks back to the front. He tears a piece of paper and he comes back and puts it in front of you with a pencil. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for ye old quiz pub night! And everyone starts cheering. Aye! And he walks by and everyone's clapping and freaking out because pub night, quiz night at the pub is like the best. And he walks to the front and he's like, all right, everyone, listen. It's ye old quiz night at the pub. And that means there's 5 questions that you need to answer. The winner of tonight's questions, that's all 5 being correct, wins Mr. McGillicuddy's prized goose. And a man stands up holding a dead goose, and everyone again kind of freaks out. Mr. Norm McGillicuddy, the butcher of our fair town, has selflessly donated this in tonight's pub quiz. So, without further ado, shall we start the questions? And everyone's kind of looking around, and you're seeing people looking around and kind of shifting, and a few of them are looking at you oddly because you're dressed a little bit different, and they haven't seen you before. But they all look stone cold sober. No alcohol and glasses. It looks like all the kegs are waiting to be tapped. Just yet, because it looks like people are taking this really seriously. They're really looking at their kind of shit, and they're like, yeah. And one man kind of leans over and says, "Don't cheat off my paper. I've almost won this 3 times. Tonight's going to be the one."
Ooh. Is it a delicious goose?
I don't know. The prize changes every week. Last week it was a new pair of shoes. And as he says that, someone in front of him, because it's relatively quiet, turns around and kind of waves the shoes, and he goes, "Ah, Angus, you fuck! How dare ya? You won with cheating!" And Angus goes, "I did not." And the man at the front says, "All right, quiet. We're just about to start. Has everyone formed groups? Does everyone have their pencil ready? And does everyone know that we're about to begin?" And everyone goes,
They all sound the same.
Very, very thick Transylvanian accent.
"That's a racist! That's a racist!"
Use
You
the
don't sound the
ethnic
same.
sphere, turn them all into Mexicans.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of pub night, you have 30 seconds to answer each question. The best and most correct answer wins. Top prize today is the goose. That's right, the goose.
It's the Scottish goose.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1. And he points to the clock as it starts clicking. Spit on the paper! And immediately you hear everyone around you. And the clock just continued ticks. And eventually 3 seconds comes, and he goes, "End of question 1," and everyone erupts and claps. And you hear the guy next to you go, "Oh, I hope I got that one right." And you see on the paper that says number 1, and there's a wet spot. Alright, number 2. Spell the word pub. Ah, no cheating. And you see a few guys trying to look at the sign.
Beauty.
No cheating. Go. Oh, perfect, yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Did you write it and see it?
Yeah. No,
You
I
actually
wrote it
written
down.
down? I want to see it. Did you actually spell the paper, guys? You're going to lose.
Yeah.
This is legit.
That could have been. I could have done less there.
Yeah, that was unnecessary amount.
Let's see. Number 2, pub. Okay, have it timed. Have it numbered as well.
Yeah.
See? Okay, that's disgusting. And Chris? All right. Good. All right. All right, time's up. Stop. And the man next to you goes, "Oh, fucking hell. They always throw the tricky ones in right at the beginning." And he goes,
I know.
all
What you
right,
mean.
simmer down. Number 3. Draw a duck. And everyone around you kind of shifts as they're all looking at their pages, and they're like, "Whoa, which one's the duck? Is that the one with the neck and the... Oh, fucking hell." You know the guy be like, "Did he say dog? I think he said dog. Draw a dog." He says, "No, he said draw a fuck. How do you draw a fuck?" A few people draw a rabbit. And he says, "All right, time's almost up. 3, 2, 1, stop." All right, let's see him. Oh, nice. Okay. So again, you hear a few people kind of get pissed off, and oh, fuck. Question 4. This is where it gets really tricky, and everyone kind of goes, "Oh, fuck." Number 4. How many is the number 3? And the guy next to you is like, quite good fight.
Can I do an intellect roll?
Yes, you can.
All right.
It's going to be simple. Success. So yeah, you getting the idea that you get the sense that the number 3 is the result of how many is the number 3.
I think I got it.
Yeah. Perfect.
3, my lord. 3. Pick me with
1,
3.
2, 5.
Do I have to show you now?
Yeah. Show your work. Well, I gotta make sure you're not cheating.
Well, he wrote it out.
3.
3.
I prefer number
A
4, 3.
combination of 3 and 5.
3. Okay, perfect. And finally, and again, most people are off now, and at this point you see a guy The one who's waving his shoes is really getting kind of cocky. He's looking around at all the people throwing stuff down. And he's got some answers written down. You can't quite see over his shoulder. But he's looking pretty proud. And he's looking back at you. I think I got you beat, you out-of-towners. And he turns back to the man at the front. Let's do it. And the guy at the front's like, all right. Finally. What is my favorite color?
Either black or white. You have 2 options. I'll do black, you do white.
I'll do gray.
I did gray.
Yeah, there you go. I'll do black, Mike do white,
Okay.
and Justin do gray.
Okay. Okay, interesting. All right.
There we go.
So black, white, and gray. You've covered all the spectrum. All right. So.
I was gonna say I changed my duck entry.
To what? Oh, that's much better. Oh. So everyone finishes. All right, put your pens down. No cheating. No cheating. All right. Now, who answered all 5 questions? And be honest now, because I don't want to waste any time. And the man next to you was like, oh, I didn't even get past number 3. And he's got spit on his paper and PUE. It's like they get trickier every 2 years. I'm studying for this like no end. And the man in front of you, the man with the shoes, puts his hand up. I think I've got all 5 of them. And the announcer turns to the rest. Anyone else have any claim to all 5?
I'll lift my page up.
Ah, the newcomers, all 3 of you, eh? Well, I'm only going to count 1. So which one do you want? It's a group effort. And the guy next to you, who's sitting with like 2 other people, it's like, what, you think you're better than us because you can do each? It's a team effort game.
So who's got gray? I say we go with gray.
I say we go with gray.
Except for
I've got-
Justin's got 3 instead of 3.
Oh,
I've got 3.
So as you're deciding, the
5.
Angus gentleman and his group walks up. And
Go
he
with
puts
black.
it
Go
down.
with black.
All right, I got those straight answers. I put mine down.
Okay. And he walks over and collects them and he says, all right. And he looks at the answer. He says, all right, ladies and gentlemen, quiet down. Both contestants spit on their paper. And they're all like, oh, good one. Oh, that was a trick one. Good one. Right. Both contestants spelled pub correctly. And everyone's like, oh, very well, very well. Now, neither of you cheated, did you?
No, sir.
All right, we go on the honor system here.
That's my own saliva.
Both of these contestants drew a duck. Ooh, clever. And the man next to you is kind of scoffed, like, how the fuck did you know what a duck was? Right, number 4. How many is a number 3? Now this was a trick question. And everyone in the bar is kind of like, oh, that's why I didn't get it. Oh, right. The correct answer, Mr. Angus has, how many is the number 3? 3. And everyone's like, oh. And the newcomers got it right too. Oh, very good. And they're all now looking at you like, oh, you might give Angus a run for his money. And Angus is starting to look a little fumed too. Finally, what is my favorite color? And he looks at both of them. Well, I can tell you, we have one winner. The wrong answer, which is not a color, was grey. And everyone kind of laughs a bit. Oh, that's not even a color, Angus. And they're like, no, Angus wrote the correct answer with purple. Purple being my favourite colour. And everyone kind of erupts and we have clapped. Angus, come on up here. Come on up. Get your duck. And the
It was a goose.
Upon Angus. Goose duck. Sorry, it was broad goose. I meant. So he gives him the goose, and the butcher hands it to him. You see the butcher in all of his glory, his big splendor, and he says, "Very well." And Angus says, "A feast will happen for me and my family on tomorrow night. Thank you all, and good luck next year when we do the pub quiz again. It's yearly." They spend a lot of time thinking of these questions, and I want to give a big thank you to Gil Weston for doing such a good job at running these questions. And now that we've all flexed our brain muscles, I think we're about ready to start a little drink. Let's take it nice and easy, because we all have to vote on tomorrow's big agenda item at the town hall. Don't forget. And everyone's like, aye, 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 aye. Aye, aye, aye. And hubbub. Everyone starts moving around and going to the bar and getting drinks now, and everyone seems to not care about you anymore.
That's so weird. All right.
So I say, okay, well, yeah, let's introduce ourselves right away. And I stand up and I start making my way over to the guy who won, Angus.
Angus. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's up on the stage, I guess. Is there like a little?
Yeah, he's still coming down a bit, and he's got like a headless duck or goose in his hand.
And I reach out to shake his other hand.
Ooh.
And I say, very, very, very well done, sir. I thought, I did not know how you got that last answer. Honestly, that was, woo, like pulling a rabbit out of a hat or a duck out of a hat.
He says, well, you have to know our man Gil. Purple is his favorite color, but not to rub it in, he's wearing a purple shirt. I thought it was a bit obvious.
Well, I don't know why I didn't think of that. I don't know. And then as I'm there, I kind of look over to where the butcher is. Is the butcher up there?
Butcher's kind of made his way to the bar a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Tell, because he's the only one in a schmuck and blood covered.
Yeah, he's literally got
Cleavers.
blood on his. Yeah.
This is a fine goose you got here. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, to the butcher or to the? So you're saying
I'm saying it to the guy who won.
He says, yes, Angus. Yes, this is quite a beautiful goose. I must say I'm going to have a great meal tomorrow night with my husband. I think it's going to be one of the best meals we've had.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a good goose. But my question is, what did the butcher do to it? Just killed it, or?
Oh, yeah, it's plucked of all feathers. It's plucked. It looks like it's been gutted in a certain extent, and it's got no head on.
It doesn't look like you got to do much to it. Fast food.
That's the beauty of it, and it's great because my husband doesn't like getting his hands dirty before making a good meal.
Oh,
he likes to dive right in, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. And did the butcher give you any tips on cooking it? Have you already talked to him about that?
No, I know how to cook a goose, young man. It's one of our main meals, obviously.
I've never done it. I'm curious how he got all the guts out myself.
Oh, well, it's not that hard. I could show you.
I lean over to Dex and say, what are you getting at, Dex? Shouldn't we be talking to the butcher and find out where the morgue is?
I just want to know. I don't know. I'm new around here, obviously. I've never seen you before.
You're right. Not. And I haven't seen you either, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Whereabouts do you live?
Oh, down, way down, way down. Way down. Way down.
Whereabouts is that?
Oh, it's a small hamlet called Way Down.
Oh.
Yeah, I doubt you've ever heard of it. Only about 20 people there, so. But that's why I've got such a strange accent. Because I'm from Way Down.
I do say you have more the strange accent you can say fighting we're going to that.
Right. So, you know what? I won't lie. I am actually looking for a butcher right now. Would you introduce me, or at least tell me his name? I don't want to come off as rude. It's a weird custom in my town not to introduce yourself to someone that you don't know their name. I know it's backwards, but
no, it's the same name that Gil mentioned when he called him by name.
What?
Norm McGillicuddy.
Norm McGillicuddy. Oh,
yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Well, that's all right. Listen, why don't you buy me a drink as part of the good favour that you have from Way Down? If you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you get your goose put away, and we'll get right on that.
Sounds good. I'll go bring it home right now to the husband. I'll be back shortly. And he leaves.
I turn to Sly. and I wipe my hands.
Dex.
I got all the information we need.
Dex, I hate you so much.
So you have established the name of the man you already knew. Then.
Yeah.
So, and you owe that guy a drink.
All right. Okay. I walk over to the butcher.
Okay, and he's at the bar, and he's a big man with a big gut, and he's just kind of leaning on the bar very haphazardly, waiting for his chance to speak to the bartender to get his drink on.
I sit beside him and say, "Sir, that was some fine prize you brought tonight. I really hoped I was going to win it."
And he says, well, it's just my job. Didn't do nothing more than any other person would do. Last year it was the candlestick maker who put his in, and the year before that was the baker."
Yeah, I hear that. Have you ever, we're new to this town, and we noticed on the horizon some pretty outstanding castles. Have you ever been to the castle, just northeast of here?
And his face goes a little white. I'm sorry. You seem like a good man, but I don't think I'm ready to talk about that until I've at least had a few drinks in me.
Fair enough. Tell you what, first round, I'll get the first round on me. And I try to wave over the bartender.
And he stops and he says, "Look, I understand you want to have a chat, but I don't talk to strangers unless I've at least had 6 or 7 pints, and I drink slow. So unless you got a way for me to get right knackered, I think we're going to have to part ways for tonight."
I feel like there's a way. And I walk over to Dex and Liam. I said, "Dex and Liam, perhaps it's best you cover your ears for the next 10 seconds. I'll signal you like this." That means, you can listen again. Just cover your ears. Make sure.
I actually want to just go outside and get some fresh air anyway and just take a look around.
Perfect. Dex? Screw you, Dex.
Where's a pillow when you need one?
That's right. All right, so I crack open the essence of drinking, and I chug it down.
Yeah.
And I belch as loudly as I can. You do a good job.
It cuts through the noise in the bar, and for a second, everything kind of goes quiet as you see everyone kind of just take a breathe in. Oh. Fucking hell! And people start just freaking out. Like, "Oh, yeah, fucking get out of here! You go fuck yourself!" And one guy's like, "Oh, Mary, I love you more than I've ever loved a man." And
I love you. Always have.
He slumped over. He's like,
Narrator, would you tell us where the morgue is?
"More. Well, but there's the Dex, Sly, and Liam were walking to the morgue. And
I nod to Dex in the meantime and tell him to uncover his ears.
Where was the two? What's the question? Oh yeah, how you fucked over my job? Let me read this real quick, Mr. Sly. So let's see. Okay, so here we go. 3-chapter story. Chapter 1: 3 men wake up. They don't know who the fuck they are. They travel through the woods. They save the kingdom and they live happily ever after. But no, we changed that bit. So fuck that. Now we're in a part of the story where you have to kill Hitler. What? So Hitler's there, and that's all his type of shit. And for some reason, he's a fucking dog.
Forget I asked. There, if you find the spot, just let me know.
Oh, so good when you need a narrator, but the narrator's here. You don't want him anymore. Get rid of that bitch.
So I try to have the conversation with the butcher as if I can't hear the narrator, because I think only me, Dex, and Liam hear him. So I go on and I go, so yeah, would you tell me about the morgue now and where I can find it? I mean, yeah, about the castles.
Jump straight to it.
Yeah, I was distracted by the narrator.
So he goes, so the butcher kind of looks up. The morgue? You want to know where the morgue is?
Yes, sir.
And he looks at you. I don't like your face.
And I pull Dex over in front of me. Can you tell this gentleman then?
I hate his face.
I push him back away.
No, I'll tell you what you need to know so long as you leave here and you promise not to come back.
Whatever you want.
You seem like a bruiser. We don't like bruises here.
Sir, I assure you I'm no bruiser. I'm just here trying to identify a loved one, and I just need to be on my way.
Are you a noble man?
I like to think so.
All right, I'll tell you what you need to know. The morgue is straight down the street. 2 doors to the left in the basement. If you knock on the back door and speak to the doctor, he'll get you what you need. He's my brother.
Should we say anything?
I'm telling you this because you're a noble man. And I think... Fuck you! You hear from behind you. And you turn around, and a familiar face is pointing at you. The man you tried to push off the bridge
Oh,
in
shit.
the first episode.
Oh, last episode.
Yeah. You fuck!
Is he drunk also?
Oh yeah. You fuck! And the man behind you, this is gonna get wordy, ladies and gentlemen. The man behind you says, What do you mean he's a fuck? This man tried to kill me! And the bar, while still rowdy, at least in the immediate vicinity, they all start turning towards you. What? And the man behind you, you said you were fucking noble! You tried to kill him!
Alright. Dex, I think it's time we go.
I'm fine.
Dex.
And the man's like, you fucking tried to kill me, and all I was trying to do was get to the castle. This man he's a lunatic.
I start pointing at this man. This man was trying to go to the castle.
Whoa, Sly. This can all be settled down. By the way, I didn't cover my ears when you belched. So I got a book. Look. Actually, man who is saying that this guy did it, it's not him. I know it looks like it's him. He's got an evil twin brother. Believe me, I know it sounds ridiculous, but there's a lot of evil brothers, evil twins around here, right? They're evil twins. I've heard of them. He's got one. This one, he's got one. I don't have one. He's got one. So the evil twin did it.
I'm dreadfully sorry. I thought you were the evil twin.
All the time.
I didn't realize you are a nobleman. And the man behind you says, "Oh, you thought it was his evil twin? Oh, for fuck's sakes, Peter. I'm sorry. We were wrong. You must be a noble man. If Peter swears by you, Peter is one of the best men I know. He's a great man."
Yeah. Well, we have no quarrels with. Let me slide by this guy a drink.
Right away, Dex. I mean, I'm not Sly. I'm Slyrus.
We never knew your name, so you're good, Slyrus. No. Please excuse my intrusion. I was so mistaken. I feel dreadful about it. I feel absolutely terrible. And even now, he's getting looks from the people in the bar, being like, "You, Peter, you're such a fucking asshole. You're causing shit." And he leaves the bar. And Liam, as you're standing out front, you see a man that you recognize from yesterday or a few hours ago, I guess, as the man that was on the bridge. And he kind of looks at you, all drunk, and says, "I am so sorry. I've terribly embarrassed myself." And he goes and he walks off in the road.
Ew.
Not wax off, walks off.
No, he does both.
All right.
Wax on, wax off.
All
I
right.
avert my gaze.
I go over to Dex and I say, "Dex, thank you very much, sir. That was some quick thinking."
What? Oh yeah.
I take him and I put him on my shoulder, and I walk out the front door.
Perfect. So you get outside and you see Liam there.
Yeah, and Liam gives you a look like, yep, Dex was listening like Dex usually listens, apparently.
Sure was.
Excellent.
Apparently the morgue is down the street, 2 doors down. We have to go to the basement and the back door, and Arthur should be there to greet us, the brother of the butcher.
Fair enough. Let us be on our way, sir.
So yeah, you head down the cobblestone pathway towards the location that he was telling you about. And sure enough, you turn a corner and
Now,
Dex
hang
is
on here,
still
though.
drunk.
That's what I was going to say. Do we have to go back this way?
Why?
To go back to the cat? Well, I'm just saying, why don't we just leave Dex here?
But we can sober him up. I'm pretty sure if he says the ABCs backwards while standing on 1 foot, the problem will be solved.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, okay.
I have to do it.
I slap him a little in the face and say, Dex, wake up. Wake up. Okay, this tile is the only tile that's not lava. All these other ones, this cobblestone is not lava. All the other ones are lava. So you can only stand on 1 foot on that cobblestone, and the only way to make the other cobblestones not lava is to say the alphabet backwards. Go. Damn it, Dex.
Tripping. What do you think I'm on? LSD? I gotta stand on 1 foot and recite the alphabet backwards. I will do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. But not for you, pillow man. Z Y X W B U T S R Q P O N M L K J I H G F E D E B. I think that's all.
That's not right.
That's not right.
Hey,
You're so good. You're so close.
What an honorable try.
what did I miss?
You did the E and the D.
Yeah, you did.
And
You
then you
went.
jumped a B without the C.
He was all over the place.
Everything else was awesome.
It's because I stopped thinking. It's okay, guys. I guess I'm just actually drunk.
Well, you don't have to be shit-faced. You can just be a bit soberer if you want. Or you can keep being
Okay.
shit-faced. I don't care.
Well, I think it's wearing off a bit.
A bit. Only because you've half completed your alphabets. So you can
Exactly.
walk on your own now.
Right, but intellect rolls are going to be harder.
Oh my god, they're going to be increased by 3 steps. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And I'm going to offer an intrusion for you, Sly.
Yep. I'll take it.
Offer
I don't know what it is.
that you burp again, but without giving Liam the proper protocol. Because I think it lasts for a few minutes, doesn't it?
That was the worst burp.
Ew!
Nah.
Make sure that it.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Oh my god, Dex, look how serious Sly is. He hates us.
I go back.
Really?
You guys wait here 1 minute.
Oh my
I walk
god.
back into the bar.
Sly stood in the street, standing with Liam and his friend Dex.
You shut up.
Fuck the
No, you
narrator.
added to this.
What does he know?
Oh
He
my
doesn't
god,
know.
have you
You
actually
guys are
looked
ridiculous.
at the sky?
He doesn't know.
We are on a mission. And you guys need to smarten up.
It is so beautiful.
Oh my
The
goodness.
stars are-
Really?
Oh my god, I just feel like my heart is such bigger.
Oh my, I'm so frustrated
I
right
just
now.
feel
You
so
have no idea.
small.
I walk into the bar.
We're just so small and unimportant.
And I go up to the bartender and I grab.
You know what? Fuck Dracula. Let's go get Dracula. I want to fucking kick his ass. You know what? Screw that guy. I'm not. Fuck him. We got him. We got garlic in our pockets.
Can you really blame him?
You go into the bar and what do you do, Sly?
I was gonna catch up, but it's not even worth it because there will be literally nothing done for the rest of the episode. So I say whatever, and I say follow me if you guys are conscious enough to do so, and I start walking down towards Arthur's door.
Perfect. Okay, so as you
Don't forget, we gotta steal the brains.
as you get to the bar,
Shut up, Liam.
I know. That's like.
so you bring the two super drunk men to what you
Stealing the brains.
Well, I bring them to where the building is, and I say, you two stay right here. Don't move. I'll be right back with you.
Yeah.
Liam,
Remember the zombies?
Liam,
Fuck.
I need you to focus. Liam,
Yeah.
Liam. Shh. Okay.
You two flashbacks to Chris's bachelor party.
Oh, I totally just drooled on myself. I'm sorry. Did I spit on you? I think I might have spit on you.
Maybe spit on you. That's cool, though.
I'm sorry. Here. I got a lot.
I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. Help me, community. Help me.
Okay, so you are at the house. You decide to tell them to stay here.
I told them to stay at the
Okay.
corner, and hopefully they're going to follow me.
Okay, so you walk around the back of the building and you see a door leading to a basement, and that is basically what the butcher said would be the thing.
Yeah. And I knock on the door.
Okay, and there is no answer. It looks like all the lights are off inside. I mean, at this time, it's probably about 10:30.
So that seems not too late. Oh, it's a morgue. He doesn't live here. All the same, I'll knock. See what happens.
Yeah, so you do knock again, and you don't hear anything. Well, you hear something on the inside, but it doesn't seem to be anyone answering.
I check the knob. Is it open?
It is not, but it does look like it could be forced with some clever
Forcing.
play.
Some clever kicking.
All right. Well, I'll see if I can try to force it.
Sure. Give me a roll.
10.
Okay. So you do realize that you probably could force it open if you needed to, but it might cause a bit of a sound.
Now, is it the type of door like the old school latches where it was just like a lever thing on the inside of the door to lock it?
Sure.
Like a bar? So maybe if I get Dex and convince him to, he could use his telekinesis to just lift that?
You could try it.
I know.
But in the state that he's in,
Is there a window or anything?
Yeah, I mean, you could force it open. It just won't. It just you'd be breaking the door a bit. But you feel confident that you could do it.
I really just don't want to if I can avoid it. I go to the. Is it like a residential building? Someone lives in the front and maybe works out at the back.
Looks like the top might be residential, but the bottom looks like it's for business, which would be the morgue.
Oh, I wish I had Dex and Liam to confide in at this moment.
And Dex and Liam, you guys are peeing in the street at the moment.
I yesterday.
I think I got it.
last night.
You know what? No matter what, we gotta break the law because we gotta steal a brain. So unless he's gonna give us a brain, which I don't see under what circumstances that would happen, I will try to break the door in. So I'm gonna look around for. What's that?
Shh. You're talking loud. They're stealing a brain.
All right. So I look around for something I can bash the door in.
You can do it with your shoulder, like you feel like.
All right, I'll try it. I'm gonna bash it in.
Yeah.
9.
Okay, so you succeed, but it's pretty loud. It's like, shh, and it kind of smashes open a bit. And you kind of wait a minute, and you don't hear any stirring, so you feel like that's an okay sign.
I feel like that's incognizo.
I don't get it.
So you
I get it.
a set of steps down, and it looks like it opens up to a larger room in the basement, but you see a faint light coming from in there.
Don't go into the light. The light is dangerous.
Liam, stay at the front of the. Stay at the front.
At this point, they keep coming back around.
I'll keep watch. I left a pee trail. They're gonna find me. I'm so
Did you find DNA from P?
All right, so I go down.
Yoo-hoo!
Okay,
This is
so
the part that the narrator said.
you head down into the death pit,
I don't.
and as you head down, you hear something. You see a flickering light, and you go down and you hear kind of a murmuring, like sort of a hushed talking. And as you enter the basement, you see these shelves, and on the shelves are various implements for the morticians and things like that. And you see between the shelves a table with a checkered tablecloth on top and 2 candlesticks lit and the flickering of the light. And sort of stealthily you take a look, but you can't quite see. However, you do see on a shelf on the other side, you do see the brain jars.
So you're saying that there's somebody working between me and the brain jars?
Is what it looks like, yeah.
I say, Arthur, is that you? Quickly to the pub. Something's happened. Your brother, he's drunk and he's belligerent and he's fighting people and people are fighting him. You need to hurry.
So you say that, but you don't see anything stir.
Well, it was worth a shot. So I walk down anyways. And then
So you walk around the whatchamacallit, the
part
what the fuck am I talking about?
The door frame?
Shelf.
Ah.
That's
you walk around the shelf and to see what you're trying to look at through it, and what you see is a table, like a dinner table set. And you see 2 candlesticks lit, and you see one place with a chair, and on the other place you see a chair stacked with boxes, like almost like a booster seat. And you're now standing kind of in an open room. There's empty mortuary
Implements?
No, I'm totally cannot think of the word. It's because I'm thinking 6 moves ahead. I need to think in
embalming.
What's that?
Embalming.
No, I was gonna say the big slabs, like the big stone slabs that the bodies would be on, so the table, so to speak. But yeah. I gotta keep thinking about it now. I'm trying to think of where to go. But anyway, so as you're looking at all this, it looks like there's like a romantic dinner set up in the middle of the morgue, and you can see now within 5 steps there is a shelf of all the brains and labels written on all of them. And as you survey, you start hearing steps walking down the stairs to the
I'm going to quickly look for the one that is named Von Schussmeyer thing.
Okay, so Von Schussmeyer thing.
Stupenhager. I gotta find it.
Yeah, you do. So give me a roll, and we'll see how quickly you can.
Are you drunk too?
I think so. I guess so.
And we're not with him, right?
Where did it go?
No, but if you would like to take an intrusion, I will force the 2 of you to head down there.
Sounds good.
Wait.
So, not only, rather than just head down there, you're going to head down there and you're going to run into the dark. Like, you're going to run it into the basement.
Or, like, stumble down the stairs, kind of.
Yeah, well, you're going to hit something at the bottom, that's why.
Sure.
Not to hurt yourself, but... All right, so intrusion for you, and you can take whatever, give the XP to whoever you want, but it will be for both of you because you would be doing this naturally. I'm just pushing it ahead. Yes, and Eric von Schumpternegg is the name.
Schumpternegg, yeah.
So you're looking for that. So give me a roll, and meanwhile, Dex and Liam, you guys feel like he needs your help. Actually, you know what the narrator tells you? Dex and Liam waited outside, but they were so totally needed inside. It was like he begged them to be there. So, fucking do it, guys.
No, I don't need him. I don't need them.
This will happen.
No, they totally
No, they totally need him.
Narrator, do not send them in here. I don't need them.
Do Do it.
Totally
Put
run
everything
down.
away.
No, please
Totally
don't.
do it. So you guys run down to the dark.
We'll be there right away. We're going as fast as we can.
And as you do, you kind
I
of
hope you get
bump into
vocal
the
notes.
house at the back, and
I
it
hope
all
you get-
rattles. And you hear the footsteps kind of stop and continue down at a quicker pace. And what the three of you see, the two of you from hidden in the shelf area, and you, Sly, what was your roll, sorry, for looking for the brain?
Can I use speed?
Sure.
Okay, so I will use 1 level of effort.
Okay.
8.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you do. You look through most, if not all, of the titles, but you do not see one even of that size. They're all pretty short names. So you feel confident that it is not on the shelf, but there is a space missing. And as you are waiting underneath the stairs, and you see these guys on the other side of the dinner table, the man walks down, and you see a man holding a jar. And for a second, he pauses, listening in the darkness, and then continues. He puts the brain.
Incognito.
He puts the brain on the chair across from him, and puts which had it's just an empty plate, and then he goes sits down across, and he begins talking to the brain like they're on a date. He's like, "You are absolutely gorgeous. I love what you're wearing tonight." And the three of you are all looking. Well, the two of you more obviously. And you're kind of just Sly, you're just kind of sitting in the darkness. But you do see from your vantage point that there is a label on the brain that he's eating across from, and it seems rather long.
Can I try to throw my voice as if I'm talking from the perspective of the brain?
Sure, let's try it.
Because if this guy's crazy enough to talk to a brain, maybe he's crazy enough to believe the brain's talking back.
Okay.
So I say, "Well, you look pretty nice yourself."
So give me a roll. It's gonna be tough because you're trying to throw your voice. I'm gonna say it's challenging.
Okay, I'm going to use 1 point of effort, please.
Okay. So challenging becomes difficult. Just made it. Okay, so yeah. So you say what was it that you said?
You look pretty nice yourself, I think.
And for a second, the guy sitting there just stops. You finally talked to me. You finally communicated back. Eric, I've waited so long to hear you.
Well, I've just been listening this whole time, and I feel like now's the time we need to have a conversation.
Eric, you've no idea how long I've waited to hear those words.
Arthur.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel it's time we see other people.
What? But I don't understand. I've done everything right.
I just see all these other brains back here, and I know they've been in the same position I'm in, and I just don't feel that special anymore to you.
Give me a roll, an intellect roll. I like this.
5.
Okay. You can tell that Arthur is not buying it. Not in the sense of that he doesn't believe the brain's talking to him. He doesn't believe that's the reason. So he stands up and he points to you in the darkness, like he doesn't even see but what is the brain. He says, "These mean nothing to me." And you get the sense that he's about to come over there towards your direction. So you have a moment to act before, to slip out of it if you need to.
Am I able to act?
If that is
Whatever
true,
you want, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I want to cast Levitate on him.
On the brain or him?
On him. Make him float in the air so he can't go anywhere. And then just go in and grab the brain, and then walk
Well, let me keep
upstairs.
talking as he's levitating.
Okay. So you can cast Levitate on him. I'm gonna say because it's an intellect, it's gonna be two tiers or 3 tiers down still though.
It's 3 tiers, eh?
I'm saying you're drunk as shit. You're drunk enough to
Right.
think that you're.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I won't.
Okay. So he's pointing to them, and as he's pointing to the brains, he picks up like a metal bar, and he's like, "You think these are important to me? You think these are important to me? Like they're nothing. They're nothing compared to you.
Well, then
I'll break every single one. I swear."
Well, let's not resort to violence. I mean, that won't solve anything.
No, but I can prove it. I can prove I love
That
you.
won't
I'll
prove
break
it.
all of them.
You gotta prove something else to me, Arthur. I mean, look at me. How could you love me like this? And me as Sly is just thinking to himself, what the hell's going on?
And he's like, Eric, I would love you. I would love you through the day and through the night. Like my poetry said, I would love you to the end of the times. I would love you as the rain shines upon the mountain. I would love you as the dew sets on this grass. I love you as the sun loves the trees and other things that would cause me to zoom in more.
Arthur, you don't have it all memorized, do you? All 6 pages of that epic poem you read to me?
It was 7, Eric.
It just flew by as if it was 6.
7.
Then please go get it and remind me that you love me. I need to hear the words again.
And he's just, of course, and he stands up and he runs upstairs.
I stand up. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And I push over a jar of brain and I grab the other one and I run out.
Okay.
Just because I'm pissed off at myself for being, and this guy's a freak. So.
Intrusion.
Yeah.
You drop the Eric brain.
What are my other options for brains when I was going through them?
I don't know.
I would rather have the intrusion be that Dex gets up and tries to grab it and drops it, because it kind of makes more sense that a drunk person would drop it.
It would make more sense.
But if you want me to do it, I can do it.
I want you to do it. I want you to do it in like a, because it's an accident. It's an accident. You didn't do it purposely.
All right, I will let it happen, and then I'll go back into the shadows as quickly as I can.
Okay.
Help,
So
Arthur! Help!
So you smash the brain at your feet first off. Then you run over, you pick up the Eric brain, and you look at the two hiding behind them, and they're like, "Yeah, do it." And then without even just accidentally,
and I just go. I look at them, and I go, "Shit, shit!" And I go back to the shadows.
No, that's not
help,
what we meant.
Arthur!
And Arthur comes back downstairs.
Eric! Please help me! I can't breathe. Help!
And he runs over to the brain and he picks it up. My Eric!
Please get me back in the fluid. I'm drying up. Arthur, help me.
Eric, this is a sign. It's not meant to be.
And I say, screw this, and I stand up as Sly.
Arthur sets the brain on the plate, and he grabs a knife and
No, I want to literally stand up at this point. I was
okay.
I said, this is stupid. And I walk up, I grab one of the jars that are already there, dump grab the brain that was in there, drop it up, go up to Arthur, grab the other brain, and put it in the jar and walk out, if I can. I'm going to try that.
Perfect. No, that's fine. He just sits there.
So I like get up, I look at Arthur, and I was like, I don't know what was going on there. And I grab the other brain, drop it on the floor, go grab Eric's brain, put it in the thing, and I say, you need to get some help, Arthur. And I walk out.
And as you're walking out, he goes, Eric? Eric?
And I look towards Liam, who's looks like he's trying to talk, but he's his throat is raspy.
Keep telling me he needs to speak.
He's muted. You've got to speak up, Liam.
Speak up, Liam.
I'm saying this is also really awkward. Do we just stay hiding here, or do we?
Yeah, you guys have to stand up too.
Let's go. So I gesture to Liam to start walking out.
Liam, I'm going to give you an intrusion.
Yeah.
You're not convinced that the Eric brain survived the fall and the transfer, so you're going to grab a backup brain from the shelf.
Absolutely. I'm just maybe 2.
Yeah. Okay. No. You only grab one. You only grab one, and you don't look at the label.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I give my extra XP to Dex for saving me back in the bar, by the way.
Okay.
Sweet. And as I get up, I walk over to the guy who's just kind of standing there, and I say, "Hey," and I start like looking around the floor, and he doesn't react at all.
That you're looking around the floor?
Yeah, I'm just looking around the floor. I'm looking for the label of Eric von Vanderzand.
Oh, smash jar.
Yeah,
You can find
smash
the
jar.
label,
I grab
Yeah, you
that,
can
I'm
find
gonna pick it up, and I walk up next to him, and I pat him on the shoulder and say, "I think you still got a chance." And then I
He
walk
looks
out.
at you. Oh, thanks. And he takes the label, and as you walk out, he just goes,
No, I keep the label.
"Oh, I thought you gave it to him. Sorry."
No, I'm keeping it for when we get back. So that we
Okay,
can...
perfect. All right. So you leave, and you exit the town, and people, as you're walking by, people are pouring into the tavern, drunk as shit.
I
they're-
drape my coat over top so that it doesn't look like we're walking down the street with a brain.
No,
I can't
they're
speak
too
for
drunk
Liam.
anyway. They're all heading towards the river, and as you pass, you see that the gentleman who is so embarrassed, the one that you tried to kill at the beginning, has killed himself. He's drowned himself in the
God.
river, and they're all trying to fish him out. And his lifeless body is just like on the side of the road.
If
And you
Arthur has a
continue
new
back up
friend.
towards the castle, and you head up pretty easily, and you have a short conversation on the way back up to the castle.
Guys, I really think if we're going to do this, you need to stand on one foot and just say the alphabet backwards one time. Repeat after me. Z,
That's cheating.
Z,
That's cheating. And by the way, my drunken self remembered to get the label. How is Frankenstein going to believe that that's Eric's body when you got Martha Thompson?
Dex, you know what? That's a good
on
point.
that?
You do not need to say the alphabet backwards, but Liam, on the other hand, is more useful when he's sober. Liam, would you please say the alphabet backwards? Never mind. And I just keep walking ahead.
Okay.
I hate you guys so much.
So
You know,
keep
when you
walking.
think about it, you know, me being about as drunk as I am, I'm not gonna name names or anything, but I think I'm about the level of intelligence that you are, Sly.
And I look back at him. And you're a doctor of what again?
Oh, mean.
You wouldn't understand. And I walk ahead. Burn! 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 I turn around and start doing
Drunk
that. Burn!
Sly.
Burn! Burn! Burn!
What's
burn,
that?
Burn!
You're an
Burn!
ugly drunk, Sly.
I'm not drunk.
Yeah, what? Whatever. Your words hurt.
Oh.
And now it's the phase of drunkenness where you guys get sad drunk. Sad and bitter drunk.
Burn! 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 Burn!
I don't know what.
It was narrated, it doesn't matter.
What is the point of having a narrator? I'm not going to listen
to him when he speaks. What's the point of these words?
I'm just going to lie down here. I don't even want to go back.
Don't do it. Don't go back. He'll totally be scary.
I feel fine now, actually. Oh, I know, I'm still sad.
So you make your way back up to the...
Narrator, can you just have the doctor meet us halfway? It might just speed things up.
No.
No.
So you make your way eventually back up. By that time, Sly, you're extremely frustrated.
Yeah.
And so you now have the brain of Eric von Schimpernegg in a jar that is not his, and you have an extra jar with an unknown brain that you actually didn't check the label of. And that's where you're at.
Well, it seems to me we're going to have to decide which brain to go on. Because we can't bring back both, because that's going to be hard to explain. I'd rather just give him the Eric von Schimpernegg brain and claim it was fine the whole time. Then again, there's another label on here. What is the label on that jar that I have?
The one on the jar says Thomas Marcel.
And Is there any way we can forge it? Like put the one over top of the other?
You could.
Why don't you just tell them what happened?
How does my brain look? Does it look just as good as the other brains or not quite? Does it look a little beaten, battered, pieces of glass sticking out?
We don't like to compare.
It does look a little, yeah, it looks a little, maybe something's wrong with it.
Perhaps
Fell
it's
on the
best.
floor.
Yeah, I know. I don't know which one's better to give him at this point.
I say we can give them both. Just say, this is the one you wanted. It had an accident. We got you this backup one in case you wanted to go with something else.
Sounds very sober of you, Liam.
No, we don't even have to tell him that it was our fault.
Right, we
Just
could say
all, like-
Arthur dropped it, I think, on the floor.
Well, it looks damaged to me, so we just grabbed another one.
Oh my
Yeah, that's a
God,
good
why
point.
are those stars so bright?
Well, actually, kind of looks like the sun's coming up.
Oh, I hate the big burning ball of hate.
I think we're going to be pretty hungover tomorrow, man.
I'm so hungover.
I'm
All right, so
already.
So the plan is to clean up that later. But first, I think if we can replace the label as best we can. So I'm going to replace the label on the brain that Liam grabbed
Okay.
with the Eric Von label, hopefully. And so that way we have that one and mine as the backup.
Perfect. So you tear off Liam's label, and as you do, it rips it, and it actually tears off the first name, and you have to pick off the rest.
Okay, I do that. That's the worst.
I know, it's kind of stuck, and you can barely get off the last name,
Mhm.
but you never actually check the name of that one, and you just kind of just tick it off really slowly,
Mhm.
and then you get rid of it.
All right, and I try to seal the other one into it as best I can.
And you try to what, sir?
I don't know if I could get the Eric Von name to go on. Actually, let's just pretend there wasn't a label. The label could have been outside the jar.
No, you can easily stick the Eric Von one on top of it. That one came off pretty easily because it was like broken off of it.
Okay.
Perfect. So now you have an unknown brain.
We have one brain that's called Thomas something, and one that's called Eric Von Schupternig. The Thomas one is the Eric one that's fallen on the ground, and the other one is a random brain with the label of Eric.
Yes, but you don't know. You never checked the label of what name that was. No one.
So we
knows.
might as well leave the one that says Thomas, because chances are they're not going to believe that one. So I put that one down, because why would you take a bad one that's not the name you want, when you can take the good one? So thinking this through...
And as you do, Liam stomps on it like a bar mitzvah. Kapta!
Just look at Liam.
Brain juice.
Why?
No, I'm just
All right.
kidding.
We could have fed the zombies.
That's true.
Oh, yeah,
All right, so let's take our brain back to the guy.
Okay. And as you walk away from the left brain and the torn label, it blows away into the wind and falls down the chasm that it lies between the two castles. And you head into the castle. And as you do, Fritz is standing there.
Oh, you've returned with the brain. The master will be so pleased.
Yeah.
And he kind of flunks all the way to the cat. And he says,
Where's my kitten?
Oh, no.
Oh, right. Well, they were when we got down there, all the villagers had eaten all the kittens. They said they looked too delicious, but I will definitely keep an eye out for one. As soon as I get one, I will make sure you get one.
Selfish people.
Right?
Hey, guess what? I saw a kitten, but when I left, the reason I didn't take it was because it was about to have kittens. And those kittens were about to have kittens. And those kittens were, well, that's it. That's all the kittens there were.
But why didn't you
Well, think of all the kittens that are going to be around if we let that kitten stay where it is.
But I could have had them running around the castle and eaten them.
No, but now they'll be all around the countryside. The kittens will take over. They'll be everywhere. And then you'll have lots of kittens to bring into the castle.
I don't get it. You sound like a dick. And he walks to the stairs going down, and he opens the stairs again at the bottom. He says, the doctor's waiting for you. And he walks back up to his crying corner, kittenless now. Orphan. And as you enter with the brain, the doctor says, "Ah! You did it! You brought the brain. Is this Eric's brain?" And he pulls off his gloves.
We're not. We think so. I mean, that's what the label says, and that's what the label says.
And it stands to reason that it is his brain, of course.
Right.
And he opens the jar and he reveals the thing, and you see this body, this massively strong body lying with all fresh parts, not green skin or anything. It looks like a human just with so much. And he puts the brain in place and he says, "This is all I needed. I can continue my experiments, and hopefully this time it'll work." And he starts stitching up the brain.
Doctor, before you go into that, I believe there's a part of the bargain that you need to uphold.
Yes, I am a man of my word, and you came back, and I am very happy about that. If you head upstairs to your living quarters, 3 doors past your own is the room of cracks.
3 doors.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, no problem. Do you want to be here for when he wakes?
No, I'm in a little bit of a hurry, and I run out of the room. Liam, Dex, let's go.
I want to stay.
Dex, please come with me.
Fine, all right. Fine, man, fine.
So you head upstairs, and you head to the upstairs room, the hallway, and you pass your bedroom, or are you going for the she-wench?
Oh, we're going to leave this she-wench.
Just leave it be. And you open the bedroom door, and it's locked.
Well, where's Igor?
Well, it's just locked, like it's someone's bedroom.
I knock on it.
And you hear a click. And the door slowly opens to a well-lit room, much nicer than the one that you were in, mainly because it just looks like the person put work into it. And standing before you is a man with a rugged face and a charming smile, a bit of scruff on his chin and face, and a hat and a long trench coat. And behind him you see like a backpack and some trinkets. You see a few devices that are blinking that just look bizarre and colorful. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, so you have found me." And he opens the door and steps back, and he kind of waves you in.
So I come in.
And he looks you over, and he looks you over, Dex, and he looks you over, Liam. Well, I'm sure you have a few questions. And he walks over to his table, and he looks through a few things, and he's looking for something.
And I look at Sly, who probably got the most pressing need.
Rex, I don't know why you brought me here to, well, not here, but the last place to King Leopold as a slave, and I don't know why you picked us and anything like that, but I really don't care. Whatever you're doing, I don't think I can stop you. You're clearly more powerful than I am. All I can tell you is it didn't work, and I want to go home. Would anything be easier for everybody if you just sent us home?
As he's doing this, he grabs something off of his desk. Two small vials. And he walks over to the three of you and he says, And he stabs Dex and Liam in the neck. Both of you. In one go. And he takes the 2 vials and he tosses them in the garbage. He says, "If we're going to talk, you don't want to be drunk for it." And immediately, Dex and Liam, you guys feel completely sober. You remember everything that's happened as if you were never even drunk. And you feel good. You feel well rested. You feel completely healed. And in fact, all of your negatives to all your skill stats are now back to normal.
Perfect.
And he sits down on the bed. Sly, is it? You said Sly, Dex, Liam. Yeah, that's right. I remember. All right, guys. Listen. Here's the thing. I don't know how much of this you know. You've tracked me down. You've earned a bit of time, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know the skinny. I am a drifter. That means I can travel between these worlds. You've seen these worlds, the recursions. I can go between them without having to lose my body. I've been this way forever. As far as I know, I can't die. Sometimes a plus, sometimes a negative, but that's not important. I found out a long time ago that people are willing to pay for bodies, so to speak. I don't take people from their homes until they've passed, and I only take them from the core worlds, Earth being the main one. So what I'll do is I'll open a portal to Earth, I'll take dead bodies, I'll bring them over here, I'll store them on my ship, for lack of a better word, and I'll go place to place selling people bodies until they need them. That's what you guys are.
I sit down in a chair, kind of defeated.
I hate to break it to you guys. I'm not here to just bring you the bad news, but you're dead. You died natural death. I don't know. Well, I don't know the specifics, but I can say that you guys all lived good lives. You don't have anything to go back to.
I'm not dead though. I mean, look at me.
Yeah, well, that's part of the benefit, part of one of the devices I carry. And he opens his jacket a bit and he points to this. This is something that people have been after me for a while about. It's a revitalizer of sorts. It basically allows you to restart your body after you die. But it also comes with the added bonus of me, and he opens his other side, wiping your memory. I hate to break it to you, but I made a mistake with you three, clearly. You guys should not have remembered this. Morality aside, you should have lived perfectly useful or whatever kind of lives you were back in Daventry. It was my mistake. I messed up. Is that a cat?
Yeah, it is. It's my cat.
Did Fritz get another cat? Is he?
Yeah, I hope I gotta let that cat out as soon as I can to make sure it's safe from Fritz. So you mean to tell him, can you not use that device again to get us home and we can start fresh? We can forget all of this.
And he kind of stands up and he walks to one of the armor pieces in the room. And he looks at the three of you. Why do you guys want to go home?
I look at Dex and I look at Liam. I look back and I'm going to say, I got a woman back home who's about to give birth to my first child, and I mean to be there.
I have a father that I desperately need to speak to. Liam?
I've got a gaming group that needs their cleric in Kingdoms and Quests. Kingdom of Quests. Maybe you guys have, more important things to get back to.
No.
I mean, it seems
yes,
irrelevant
we do.
now.
Yes, I do.
Look, I don't know what you've heard about me, but I'm not a bad guy. I'm not in it to screw anyone's life over, and you guys clearly have a conscious mind to be trying to get back home, so I'm not going to stand in the way of that. Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, somebody get that cat off my head. Somebody get that cat off my head. No, you guys, you deserve your life. You deserve a second chance.
So
I'll take it back.
So what happens? What happens when we go back? I mean, you say that our bodies are dead, but we're not dead. Are we going to be okay when we go back to Earth?
Yeah, it'll carry over. It'll be like I used it on you at Earth. Earth's rules might not be happy. I know the estate's already pretty pissed at me for doing stuff like this for hundreds of years. So I think if you live good lives, I don't think they're going to give you too much trouble.
That's mighty fine of you, Krax. Appreciate that.
And there's a knock on the door, and he says, "All right, we'll leave. We'll leave now."
Perhaps it's best we leave sooner rather than later. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some issues with Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah. No, he's been trying for a while. He's not going to succeed. I keep giving him faulty information about brains. He keeps thinking the brains I'm giving him are going to be the ones for choices, but they're dead brains.
But we got him a brain.
And he goes to the door and he says, "Yeah, you got him the Eric brain, right?" And he opens the door, and everything freezes. Your eyes are moving, but everything freezes. You can't move, and you can try to feel it, but you can't. And from where you're sitting, Liam, you're kind of sitting where you can see the door and you can see where he was coming from. And he's standing at an open door. And he says, "Oh, shit." And two men are standing at the door. Cracks, the Drifter, you're under arrest on the order of the estate. You are to come with us immediately to Penal Colony 472. Where you will be tried for your drifting capabilities, the selling of dead people from core worlds, and they just start rattling off things. And you can see him kind of put his hands up and walk out to the hall. You hear a loud voomp open up, and after a few minutes, you can feel yourself leaping out of it. And in a flash, Cracks is gone. But you still hear a humming.
And I run out into the hallway.
And sure enough, there's a large portal that's just about closing.
I say, grab his shit and let's go.
I run and grab the closest bag of stuff I can grab, and I say, "I got something," and I hand it to Dex, and I say, "Let's go." Liam!
You grab a bag, and all three of you jump through the portal as quickly as possible. And in perfect timing, it just closes as you get your feet through. And as you do, you hear a multitude of things. First, you hear the world on the other side pulling you through the portal. A world that feels differently. But you also hear the world you're leaving. You hear a calling from deep within the bellows of the city, or deep within the bellows of the castle. Thank you. You hear, "It's alive! It's alive!" And the last words you hear from a groaning, monstrous voice is, "My name is Borgel." And the portal,
Oh no!
and the portal closes behind you, and you're passing through a world. And we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for being with us on this Wednesday night. We had such a blast doing this. You guys are always so great to have along with us on this wacky, kooky, crazy adventure. I hope you guys have had a good time. We are going to be back, colorized. We're going to be back next Wednesday, of course, to continue on episode 7, or game 7 of this series. We want to also mention that tomorrow will be the Cypher poll. So again, submit your Cypher ideas. This week's theme is Kevin Costner theme, the only viable theme ever. So you should have no lack of ideas for that, because he's everybody's favorite actor. That's just fact. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. We had a blast. I have nothing else to add. Does anyone else have anything else to add?
What a fun game. So that was good. Good episode.
Good. Well, that is it for me. Have a great night, and as Chris always likes to say,
We'll see you around the table.
we'll see you around the table, guys. Good night!
Good night.